Here we go. Kickoff just moments away here at Broken Bow Memorial Stadium between the Broken Bow Savages and your McAlester Buffaloes. Yes, we just had the Buffalo pregame show brought to you by First Family Federal Credit Union. Let's succeed together. We're having the coin toss right now at the 50-yard line. That's also brought to you by First Family Federal Credit Union. As we have the McAlester Buffaloes wearing their gold-on-gold jerseys to begin the year this year. Black numerals on the front and back and their white helmets. And as for the Broken Bow Savages wearing their black tops, black bottoms, they're wearing their white numerals on the front and back, gold helmets. So right now we're looking at what is going to be the call here. I'm joined alongside Phillip Jewell Jr. and Nate Brown, going to be giving some analysis here and there as well throughout the night.
As much as I can.
As we're about to find out who won the toss and how we're going to be starting this season. Back in 2021 was the last time that McAlester came to Broken Bow and took care of Broken Bow pretty handily. Now last year and the year before that, it came down to the defense trying to end it all. And it was a goal line stand back in 2020 that saved it for McAlester. And in 2022, it was a 4th and 14 touchdown screen pass to Jackson Lauerman that ended up sealing the deal for the McAlester Buffaloes. But again, the Black Death defense was solid all night long last year as they held the Broken Bow Savages to only 44 yards rushing. The passing attack was the worry, and we're going to be looking at the new passing attack led by quarterback Anthony Clay here. It's a long meeting at midfield today. Again, there's no lines, single lines. There's no hash marks over here at Broken Bow Memorial Stadium if you're listening on radio. So there's no way to tell exactly what number we're looking at. We're going to guesstimate it as we go throughout the night.
But I'd say we can have a pretty good idea for the most part.
Today's also one of those days that you're glad that you're not playing on turf.
Oh, absolutely. Because on the drive over here, the pavement of the road was reading in your truck 110 to 115. So with that turf, like Gundy said, would be kickoff there in Stillwater, it would probably be about 130 on that turf tonight.
So Broken Bow has won the toss. They have deferred to the second half. So McAlester is going to be getting the ball to start the game. That is, again, your Buffalo coin toss brought to you by First Family Federal Credit Union. So McAlester will get the ball to begin the game. Looking at the crowd, Phillip, what do you think?
And this Buff Nation, as this team likes to call it, did not disappoint. We're on the far sideline away from them, and there is hardly a seat to be had over there. It looks like a standing room only. They even got lawn chairs out on the Buffalo sideline. That is how many people made the drive down here. And as far as Broken Bow, they're always going to sell out down here. They got standing room only. The crowd is ready to go. We're ready to go. These guys are ready to go. It's about to be fun.
Now, obviously, this game is not going to impact where you're going to end up in the playoffs, but it is always great to start off the season in the win column, and that's what McAlester expects after all the success they've had over the last 5-6 years.
But, last week was the first time that you got to hit somebody with a different color helmet.
That's right.
Tonight, you get to do it consistently. You don't get pulled off, after X amount of plays. You get to do it consistently. And so, like you said, it doesn't matter about the playoff standings. But as I said in the pregame, win tonight, kickstart that momentum, and try to get back to the playoffs, and then ultimately to Chad Richardson.
Nate Brown with the sideline report. Wind and weather, how's that going to be a factor here tonight?
It is very warm tonight. It is 94 degrees here at kickoff right now. Feels like 102 degrees, but looks like it's going to get down to about 86.
And here come your McAlester Buffaloes. And the first flag that went out of the tunnel was the Black Death defense flag. And they're proud of it this year. They're, again, looking to have success like they've had the last few years as they bring back a lot of starters on that side of the ball. But the offense, as well, they're going to be showing their might tonight as we make our way throughout the next 2.5 hours. And hopefully it ends in the good guys coming away with a dub. Again, this is Brandon Green, your voice of the Buffaloes, alongside Phillip Jewell Jr. We also have Nate Brown on the call with us as well. And this is Buffalo Roll Call. Let us know where you're listening or watching from here tonight on Twitter at Buff Sports Radio. Again, that's Twitter at Buff Sports Radio. That's the best bet to be able to reach us. But you can also let us know on Facebook as well, McAlester Radio at Facebook.
Just got word my brother James Robert Jewell is in the stands in Hartshorn, going to give us updates there. Tuned in. Thanks for listening, brother.
Yeah, we're going to be looking at some local scores at halftime as well as district opponents as well, so make sure that you're listening at halftime. Don't go anywhere. We are waiting for Broken Bow to come out of their helmet tunnel that is also over at the east end zone, but near the southern part of the – so that's the southeast end zone. Duh, Brandon. As they're about to make their way throughout onto the grass field over here at Broken Bow Memorial Stadium. A final report, Nate, that you want to make before we get started here.
I think we're going to have a great game tonight. It's going to be really who can stand the weather the most, essentially.
Last year we had how many cramps?
Oh, man. I mean, week 0, week 1, it's hard to tell. Last week I remember my wife was like, what's wrong with him? And there was a kid on the ground. He was hollering. I was like, hey, he's cramping. And I look over there, and what's Baker doing? He had a jar of pickle juice. No pickles in there, just a jar of pickle juice, pouring it out in cups, giving it to him while he's laying there hollering because he's cramping. And not saying they didn't drink enough water, Gatorade, or whatever during the off season, but just this Oklahoma heat, it was perfectly fine. Once August got here, and you're like, man, we get to play football this month. She was like, hey, let's turn the dial up to 100.
Well, it also happens to be, if this tells you anything, usually per game, we always get in 4 sponsor commercials played each game. Sometimes you get 5. Last year, each sponsor got 7.
Yeah.
That tells you how many injuries that we had when it came to cramps. So, again, it's going to be a factor here tonight. Coach Mazie said it. We already know it. McAllister's about to get the ball here momentarily. We're still waiting on Broken Bow to come through the tunnel. They got a bunch of flags. Looks like a bunch of American flags. They have their Broken Bow Savage flag out in the front.
They've got one or two more black flags. Oh, just another Broken Bow flag, it looks like.
And also really cool, because more and more places have been doing this as we've been going throughout the last few years. The big American flag over in the east end zone beyond the fence line, held up by a crane right there. So it gets to really fly its colors as here come the Broken Bow Savages out of the southeast corner of the end zone. We're just about ready to go.
Buffaloes are ready to go. Buffalo Nation's ready to go. Savages are ready to go. Savage Nation's ready to go. Partner, are you ready to go?
Yes, sir. And Jet Tire Service is sponsoring our kickoff here in the 2023 season. We're about to have that. For great deals on Michelin, Uniroyal, Kinda, and Cooper tires for your car, truck, or SUV, see Jet Tire Service in McAlester, serving southeast Oklahoma since 1962. Don't fret, jettire.net. Kason Whitley tuning in. Tyler Phillips tuning in. We also have Charlie Gillespie tuning in, still trying to find parking here in Week 0 tuning in. Thank you all for listening to McAlester Football on KNED. We're just about ready to go. McAlester has taken the field. They'll be moving the ball right to left if you're listening on radio across your radio dial. If you're watching, that's, of course, east to west, making Broken Bow kick off left to right. Kicking it for Broken Bow is going to be number 6. That's going to be Victor Silva, a junior kicker here for the Savages. Have the ball lined up at the 40-yard line. So around the city of McAlester, around the state of Oklahoma, and Buffalo fans across the nation far and wide, thank you for joining us for the 2023 season opener. McAlester and Broken Bow. Silva has placed the ball between the hash marks at the 40-yard line. A lot of his kickoff team rowing the boat right now, and they'll line up on the 35. Is your heart pumping yet? He makes his paces. Silva, left hand up in the air. He'll begin to approach the football as soon as the referees are ready. He looks left, looks right, puts toe to leather, and it's football time in the heartland. An end-over-end kick. That'll be fielded at the 30-yard line down the far sideline. Goes, looks like that's number 1 for McAlester. That's not number 1. That is Carter Lance, number 4, making it down the far sideline. Gets it just around the 30-yard line, going to say the 29, and that's where McAlster's going to start this drive. So out will come starter Caden Lesnow, Vibe 100 selection in the Vibe books if you read those. 64% completion percentage, nearly 2,000 yards, 21 touchdowns through the air, and 4 touchdowns on the ground. Dual threat quarterback for the Buffaloes. And it'll be Ethan Watkins going to be to the right of him to start off this game. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right, ball on the far hash, moving right to left, ball at the 29-yard line, just a hair shy of the 30. Here's a snap, handoff. First play of 2023 is a handoff to Ethan Watkins' left side, and there's the defensive line of the Broken Bow Savages cluttering it up, no hole to go through, and it's going to be a loss. And it's a big loss of about 3 to bring up second down. Well, now they're bringing it back. Again, we don't have yard lines here, so it's going to be a loss of 2, second down and 12 upcoming.
That's what we've talked about all pregame long. It's been harped on all week. How can this offensive line start to get their groove? They tried to get them started early with a quick handoff there to Ewat. Defensive line for Broken Bow shut it down. Ball now right between the hash marks, still 2 receivers each side. Les now snap. Once again, handoff Watkins. And once again, the left side of the line
cannot stop the Broken Bow Savages. First man there was number 63, and that is Kyler Cupid. Sam Hurst there as well. And McAllister's just going backwards right now. 3rd and 15 upcoming. That was the biggest concern coming into this game, like Phillip was just saying, you're replacing 4 starters on the offensive line. How do you overcome that? Well, so far in the first 2 plays of the game, Broken Bow exposing it right now. McAllister's offensive line going to get better as the night goes on, just like they did against Wagner. But right now struggling in the first 2 plays. Same formation, 3rd and long. Les now takes a snap. He'll roll out right, looking downfield. He's going to be tracked and sacked inside the 20-yard line at the 15, once again around the right edge. And coming in with the sack, number 44, Quinlan Bailey, the 6'4", 200-pound junior. I mean, Les now had no time to throw it. Watkins had no time to run it. McAlester just went backwards and backwards and backwards, and we're having 4th down and very long upcoming. 4th and about 23, and out will come the punt unit. Again, Caden Les now standing at his own 6-yard line. Back deep to return will be Kyron Whitfield. So just under 10 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Only 2.5 minutes have gone by, just about. Here's our first punt of the game. Les now will have the punt blocked, and it's taken at the 22-yard line of McAlester. He stood up at the 25 as he fell backwards. It has been a nightmare start for the McAlester offense. Really the entirety of McAllister's team. Ball at the 25-yard line. That's where the officials are going to place the Broken Bow Savages to begin this drive. But McAlester started at their own 30, went back to about their own 15, and then a punt block.
That's what we talked about all during the pregame. You got to limit these turnovers. Coach Mazie talked about it yesterday. Broken Bow blocked the punt last year already. This defensive line for Broken Bow getting into the backfield, creating hard times for the Buffaloes. And then they went with the great punt block, got their hands on it. Good short field here for the Savages.
Clay, snap, handoff up the middle. Aiden Coley tries to break through the defensive line, and the defensive line holds strong. It's going to be a gain of only 1, if any. We have 9:35 remaining in the first quarter. No score between the Savages and the Buffaloes. Now, again, the Savages, they graduated their kicker from last year. I believe his name was Zaragoza. So they have a new kicker as well. And we'll see if that matters as we go throughout the next plays. As Broken Bow is getting close already to the red zone. Started this drive at the McAlester 25. So that is a gain of 1, 2nd and 9. Here's the snap. Handoff Coley again right side. Runs over a man, but he's upended at the 25-yard line. In on the tackle. Looked to be Pfeiffer Mitchell.
He went right around Drayton Pouncil, knocked him off of him. Ethan Watkins was able to come downhill, deliver that blow, upend him. 5-yard pickup there by the running back for the Savages.
3rd down and 5 upcoming. They got to get to the 15. Might be 4 down territory. Snap, handoff. Coley's blown up at the line. Coming around the edge, in on the tackle, number 34, once again, Drayton Pouncil.
Drayton Pouncil said, "You got me on the last one, but I'm going to get you here." We got a scuffle going on.
There's a little bit of pushing and shoving already here early. No flags thrown yet. But that'll bring up 4th down and about 5. And we'll see what Broken Bow decides to do here. So 4th and 5 upcoming, 8:32. Clock has stopped here. So 8:32. Again, we'll get it set up over here on our video board. It's going to be hard to do both, isn't it, Nate?
Yeah.
Shotgun formation, trips right. 4th and 5, here's the play. Screen pass, he's under pressure. Clay will step up, try to run. Past the 15, close to the 15. Did he get the first down? He's very close. It was almost disastrous for the Broken Bow Savages, but I think they might have got the first down. He scrambled away from a couple of McAlester defenders and got close to the 15. Broken Bow thinks they got past it. Based on where the ball's at, it looks like they got past it. They haven't moved the chains, and now they will. It's a 4th down conversion on 4th and 5 after a near sack by the Buffalo defense.
And the quarterback lost his helmet on that play. Shouldn't he be coming out for a play?
Anthony Clay should come out for a play. He lost his helmet. He should not still be in. But they're not taking him out.
I've never seen that one, boys.
2 receivers left. Here's the snap. The offensive line didn't look like they were set. Coley will move right. And, yeah, we've got some whistles here. There's either a timeout or a false start. Timeout called by Broken Bow. We'll take it. No score, 8:06 left to go in the first here on KNED.
To celebrate back to school, we're giving away a $500 gift card with every vehicle purchased.
For new vehicles, used, or certified pre-owned?
All of the above. That's right. Every vehicle in August comes with a $500 gift card.
And financing is as low as 0%. What about for all of us working now and not going back to school?
$500.
Wow. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at fentonnissan.com.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com.
So Broken Bow has the ball at the McAlester 15-yard line. No score, 8:06 left to go in the first quarter. And we have flags now. A false start on the offense. So if you're just now joining us, McAlester went 3 and out, and not only did they go 3 and out, they went backwards, lost 15 yards in 3 consecutive plays, and then a punt block gave Broken Bow the ball at the McAlester 25. Broken Bow converted on 4th down and 5 to be able to make it a first down in the red zone at the 15-yard line, but now they're going backwards 5 yards, 1st and 15 from the 20. Here's a snap high, and it's going to be taken by Clay. Clay's got to get away from a bunch of gold jerseys. This time he won't be able to do it. He's tackled for a big loss of about 5 or 6. Will Spears came up from the pile. We've just got a herd of Buffalo there making the tackle, and that'll bring up 2nd down and very long.
Bad snap there. Both number 33, that is Aiden Coley, and the quarterback number 8, Anthony Clay, tried to wrangle it in. When they did, Malachi Rice was in the backfield, forcing Clay to come back in the middle. That's where the whole herd of Buffaloes was, just as Coach Harmon wants them to be.
Going to be 2nd and 20. Clay back to pass, looking over right. He's almost sacked, spins away from it. Going left, now going back right, has time to throw, does throw. Near side, it's broken up and caught! Are you kidding me? That is unbelievable. It was broken up by by Carter Lance, intended for Jakyron Whitfield, but diving for the catch as it ricocheted near the 13-yard line. It was caught by Sam Hurst.
You can't make that up.
The awareness by Sam Hurst to stay with it. That'll bring it down to the 11-yard line. Still 3rd down and pretty long. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 8. With 6:55 left to go in the first, no score.
Buffaloes right now are beating themselves. They're getting in the backfield, but they're just not breaking down, and they're not staying with the tackles because right now Clay has shook off multiple Buffalo defenders in the backfield. And right there, the Savage receiver staying alert with the ball.
And we've got another
second
timeout. Second timeout called by Broken Bow, and we'll take another one. They've already used 2. 6:37 left to go in the first. No score on KNED.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned, because I'm all about keeping my money in our town. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
So that catch by Sam Hurst felt like a lot more than 12 yards, but it was only a gain of 12. It's still 3rd down and about 8. 2 running backs in the backfield, along with Coley at the quarterback. 2 receivers right, 1 left. That's Clay at quarterback. As he is going to be taken down for a sack back at the 20-yard line. As I look back down at my roster, we've got Drayton Pouncil once again in the backfield. Pouncil has been a menace, and this one's going to make it 4th down and long back at the 19-yard line.
They're going to bring out the kicking team.
And again, new kicker this year for the Broken Bow Savages, so we're going to see what they have there. It's a 36-yard attempt. Again, it's going to be Silva. And at his back, too, so that might be important. 6:02, 10 seconds to snap it. Holder will be number 1, Tyron Tenejero. 5 to snap it. 4, 3, here's the snap. Kick is up. It's blocked! And it'll be picked up by the Savages, and it'll be tackled down at the 25-yard line. So after a disastrous start for the McAlester offense, it leads to nothing for the Broken Bow offense. Again, McAlester lost 15 yards in their first drive. Had a punt blocked. Broken Bow took over at the 25. McAlester blocks a kick to be able to get the ball back at their own 25-yard line. So we're pretty much exactly where we started.
Pretty much.
But with the clock stopped at 5:48 in the first quarter. No score between the Buffaloes and the Savages.
Let's pretend those first 6 minutes just didn't happen.
I'm going to go back to that third down play. Drayton Pouncil got into the backfield first, but Jaden Shumway, the senior, delivering the final blow. He had seen Clay get away from multiple Buffalo defenders. He said, not this time. We're getting y'all off the field. Great whereabouts by Jaden Shumway to keep going with that play.
Lance Stone in at quarterback. There's going to be a drop, and the Savages look like they are on it. A drop on the handoff, and the Buffaloes turn the ball over. They went with Lance Stone at quarterback. Now, Caden Lesnow is still out on the field, but he was, I believe, set up as a running back, or either running back or wide receiver. I saw him run off the field, but it's a fumble on the handoff, the exchange for the McAlester offense, and it'll give the Broken Bow Savages the ball at the 23-yard line. It has not been a good start for McAlster's offense.
And by the time we get out of this first quarter, the grass on the east side of the 50 might be dead because we haven't made it to the west side at all so far in the first quarter.
Snap, play action, pass out far side, screen pass caught by Jakyron Whitfield, trying to make a man go on skates, getting around Owen Russell to the 20-yard line, just past the 20, down inside the 20. Looks like it'll be a gain of about 5 or 6 yards there. 2nd and 5 upcoming.
Great play there by Whitfield. Owen Russell staying there. He made Owen Russell miss. Russell didn't give up. Forced him outside. They pushed him out. Nice, hard 5-yard pickup.
Snap. It's going to be a backwards pass, and the Buffaloes can't handle it. Owen Russell going after it. Now it's going to be taken up by Carter Lance, and we've got an ugly football game, but McAlester has the ball at their own 38-yard line as we're trading blocks. We're trading turnovers here in the first quarter. It was a backwards pass, it looked like, right? That just was overthrown. It went into the backfield, and it was taken up by Carter Lance. And they're going to say instead of the 38, they're bringing them back to about the 36-37. So McAlester still starting on their side of the 50, looking for a positive yard. Right now, if you're looking at McAlster's yardage total in the first quarter, it's negative 17. 5:28 remaining in the first quarter. No score between the Buffaloes and the Savages. Is the third time a charm here for the Buffalo offense.
Got a 20 personnel on the field right here for the Buffaloes.
Lesnow back into quarterback. Handoff, Jordan Clark right side. Clark around 2 people, breaking through into the secondary, close to the 44. And that's what McAlester needed. Now, Jordan Clark is a freshman. At times when he came in, he was like a spark plug, and he's a spark plug right there.
Exactly. You know, when Jordan Clark gets the ball in his hands, he's a difference maker. He's a ball player. His dad's been putting in work with him all offseason. I've watched the videos. Jordan Clark gets in just the same way last week against Wagner. Buffaloes had a little bit of hard time running the football. Clark got in. Bang. Right there, Jordan Clark gets the ball in his hands, picks up 8 yards right there. Good pickup by the Buffaloes, and they're going to stay right now in 20-man personnel. Malachi Rice, that H-back right there on the line.
Sophomore running back, 6 foot, 175 pounds listed. Right side of Caden Lesnow. Here's the snap. Again, handoff Jordan Clark. No, it's going to be a keeper by Caden Lesnow. He faked out everybody. First down, Buffaloes past the 50-yard line around the Broken Bow 49. That first down brought to you by Sean Wilkerson with Whitetail Properties. When you're looking to sell your ranch, timber, recreational land, or rural home, call 918-284-1233. Phillip taking into that read by Caden.
Great read right there. He stuck the ball in Jordan Clark's gut. He's seen that defensive end starting to collapse. He pulls that ball, and he lets the defensive end and outside backer collapse on Clark. He has nothing but green grass to go on the backside. Great pickup there of 6 yards and a first down. The first down of the Buffalo season.
Buffalo still aren't in the positive when it comes to total yards right now. 4.5 minutes remaining in the first. No score between the Buffs and the Savages. Again, it'll be Clark on the right side of Lesnow. Trips left. Snap is a little bit high. Lesnow's going to take it right side. Has some space past the 45-yard line and close to the first down marker. I think he has another one. Gain of exactly 10 yards for Caden Lesnow. Move the chains again. McAlster's got a working formula now in their third drive.
That's a direct design quarterback run. You're going to notice throughout the season, and a lot tonight with 4 new offensive linemen, they're going to get their quarterbacks as a sprint out to throw the ball. That one was a design quarterback run. They brought Eli Pemberton to the wide side of the field to have 3 receivers to the near, design that run to the weak side. Great call there by the Buffs.
First down and 10 from the Broken Bow 39. Snap, now Ethan Watkins in at running back. He's dancing around defenders, runs over one black jersey, and gets to about the 36-yard line. This is a little bit more of what we saw against Wagner. starting to finally move the ball, getting their rhythm. Offensive line starting to gel now. Again, they're returning only one starter from last year in this game. It's going to be a gain of about 2, but Ethan Watkins made it look pretty.
And in this exact game is where Sean Perkins became that starter at right tackle with the loss to Reed Markham. He had a rough time against senior Leland Billy. He gelled. What's happening right now? 4 new offensive linemen. Had a little bit of a rough patch with the defensive line of Broken Bow. Now they're starting to find their footing.
2nd down and 8 from the Broken Bow 37. Snap, quick pass far side. It'll be caught by Carter Lands. Trying to get around a block by his own receiver, but a good tackle looked like by number 9, Rocky Baker, and Jakiron Whitfield in the area as well. Short game, but it brings up 3rd down and manageable. 3rd down and 4 upcoming for the Buffaloes. 2:55 remaining in the first with no score between the Buffs and the Savages. Officially, again, a 3rd down and 4.
They went with a quick screen route. It was a gel route up there to Carter Lance. Lance was able to get it, turn that up onto the far side of the field, which is the skinny side right now. Great play there by the Buffs.
Ball right hash. 3rd down and 4. Snap by Les now. Rolling out left. Trying to set up the pass. Now he's going to try to take it and run. Near the 1st down marker, he's going to be about a yard shy, depending on where he stepped out of bounds at. He is a yard shy. Gets out at the 30-yard line. 4th and 1 upcoming. Well, the far judge had it at the 30. And the main official brought it back to the 31-yard line, so it brings up 4th down and 2. Is this the first time we see dozer package?
Lesnau still on the field. Lesnau's coming off. We're going to get a dozer. We're going to get a new version of dozer here.
15 to snap, and they got a lot of people that are subbing in and out. 2.5 minutes left to go in the first. The clock has stopped right now in Broken Bow. They only got 8 seconds to snap, and we might have to have a timeout called. Coach Mays is calling for a timeout, and we'll have one. 2.5 left to go in the first. No score. Buffalo's 4th down and 2 upcoming here on.
The Labor Day sale is underway at Vickers Furniture. Right now, you can save up to 20% on all leather living room sets. Recliners start at just $349. You'll also find the best prices on bedroom furniture. Vickers Furniture offers 100 days interest-free financing, no credit needed, and 0% financing for up to 36 months for qualified buyers. Vickers Furniture, 215 South 2nd Street, McAlester.
Vickers Furniture, we're right here with you.
So after a rough first 2 drives by the McAlester offense, they have figured it out. They've gotten to the plus column when it comes to total yards, but they are facing a 4th down and a long 2 upcoming from about the Broken Bow 31-yard line. 2.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. No score between the Buffaloes and the Savages. McAlester moving right to left across your radio dial. It's the first dozer package of the season, and it's headed by Ethan Watkins. Snap, right side. Watkins gets the 1st down and more, trying to break loose. Puts on a stiff arm inside the red zone to the 15, to the 10. He's tackled down at the 10, and the Buffaloes enter the McAlester Clothing Consignment red zone. They accept consignment 7 days a week and offer a 50-50 split. Great run by Ethan Watkins down at the 10.
They get in that dozer formation. They're going to bring the receiver, as everyone has seen it. They brought him, they apex him back out, and as soon as they snap that ball, he has that momentum coming back. Ethan Watkins pushed him to the next level towards that outside linebacker, and then he was one-on-one with the safety. That's exactly what you want when you get in that dozer-type formation.
So that'll bring up 1st down and goal from just inside the 10. Looks like it's more closer to the 9. Looks like that's Jordan Clark to the left side of Caden Less now. Trips right. Here's the snap. Handoff. Nope. Quick pass left side, and it was dangerous right there, looking for Jackson Lowerman into double coverage. Thrown behind Lowerman on a quick slant to the left. Bring up 2nd down and 10 as the clock stops at 1:55 left to go in the first.
Right there, we saw the Buffaloes go with what is called an RPO, run pass option. Flash Jordan Clark, pulled it really quick. One of the slant routes to Lowerman. Dangerous spot. 2 black jerseys around there, but he threw it behind him because at that time, there was a lot more Broken Bow than there was Jackson Lowerman.
Clark moves over to the right side, 2 receivers each, stacking the receivers on the right. 2nd down and goal. Running it right as Caden Less now from the snap falls forward to the 5-yard line. And they'll bring up 3rd down and goal from the 5. Ball on the right hash still. As we're nearing the end of the first quarter, 1:40 left to go in the first. Buffaloes have 2 timeouts remaining. Broken Bow has 1.
Dustin Jacobson just entered the ball game. Looks like Jordan Clark is going to exit. Ethan Watkins going to come back in. Can't tell if they're going to go 20 personnel or if they're maybe going to go with like an offset pistol here with Dustin Jacobson and Ethan Watkins on that far side.
Because they're not going Dozer here. It might be Dozer. Yeah, you're right. 2 H-backs right side. Here's a snap. Les now going left. Has a wide open space towards the goal line. He's pushed into the end zone. Touchdown, McAlester. What a play draw there by head coach Forrest Mazie and offensive coordinator Chad Stone to get into the end zone. 1:10 left to go in the first. Buffaloes strike first, 6-0 in the first quarter. Faked the toss out to the left side where Jordan Clark, I believe, was residing, and then found nothing but green grass here in McCurtain County. On to attempt the PAT, Trenton Greer, last year for McAlester, 45 for 51 on PATs, 5 for 6 on field goals. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is through. It looked like we had maybe movement on the right side first, but no flags, and that'll be a 7-0 ball game. McAlester leads, 1:10 left in the first here on KNED.
Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger can be unpleasant. You don't need any help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those pleasant meetings, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters, give them a call. They're expert craftsmen, specialists with over 50 years of experience in collision repair, utilizing only top quality parts and accessories. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma in McAlester.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wappler's Freedom Ford with some exciting news. We have purchased Eufaula Ford in the beautiful town of Eufaula. Now with 2 locations, we have a better selection of new vehicles in stock and coming in, plus more pre-owned and service, all to better serve you. Come check out our grand opening specials and sales all month long at both locations. We are so thankful for this opportunity and hope you'll join us at Sam Wappler's Freedom Ford of McAlester and Eufaula. Come on in and let us make it happen for you.
So it's Caden Less now that scores the first points of 2023 on a quarterback keeper around the left side to get into the west end zone here in Broken Bow. 7-0 McAlester leads, 1:10 remaining in the first. I think we didn't have time for a drive summary, Phillip.
There was a 10-play drive, took 4 minutes and 18 seconds off the clock. It spanned over 63 yards, capped off with that 5-yard quarterback keeper by Caden Less. Now the PAT is good. And that was your drive summary brought to you by Bishop's Funeral Service. They are a full-service establishment that offers a wide range of services, and they love our McAlester Buffaloes.
Greer with a little bit of a high kick that's still not touched. A big hit, it's on the floor. Buffaloes looking like they might be on it around the 30-yard line. Broken Bow's pointing towards the east side, which would make it their ball. But the officials are still waiting to see who's at the bottom of the pile. I believe McAlester has the ball, and they do. McAlester will have the ball at the 29-yard line on a little pooch kick by Trenton Greer towards the far side. Maybe not.
Nope,
McAlester was excited at first. Coach Mazie right by an official, and by his reaction, it is going to be Broken Bow ball. So a wave of emotions there. McAlester was jumping up and down like the officials signaled it was their ball. Then Coach Mazie was upset as can be, and then we knew it was going to be Broken Bow football. They'll start this drive with by far their worst field position because it started at the 25 both times, right? 25 and 20?
25 and 23.
So this time at their own 30-yard line, the first time they're starting a drive on their side of the 50. It's going to be on the far hash mark at the 30-yard line. Now we have both teams going back to their own sides.
Did we have a timeout called?
I don't know, but we'll take one. 30-second timeout. We'll be back here on KNE.
Vickers Power Sports reminds you that hunting season is not far off. And right now at Vickers Power Sports, you can get in a brand new Can-Am Defender at fall discount pricing. Vickers has every style and color of Can-Am Defender you can think of. Not only that, they also have every hunting accessory you can think of. Drop by Vickers Power Sports today at 1904 South Main in McAlester, or go to vickerspowersports.com, or call us at 918-423-3306.
Got Avion Simon tuning in from Henderson State University. Sooner Guy 199124 tuning in, as well as Mary Martin tuning in from the comfort of home. Here's the snap, back to pass. Clay still looking, now going to be flushed right, going to take it and run. In space, Upended around the 34-yard line on a good tackle by Will Spears. It'll be a gain of 4. We're under a minute left to go in the first quarter, 53 seconds remaining. Buffaloes lead 7-0.
Buffalo defensive line again getting into the backfield, but Clay and his athleticism and football IQ sees it coming, steps up, steps away, gets into the open field. Good play there by Mr. Will Spears, staying home, delivering that final blow.
Ball gets moved to the near hash. 2nd down and 5. Here's a snap. A little toss out over to Coley. Coley trying to get around the edge, and he's tackled by 2 linebackers rather. You got 5 for Mitchell and Braden Bumpus in the area. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and 4 after a gain of 1. But that looks like that will more than likely be the final play of the first quarter. We'll see how quick Broken Bow tries to get up to the line. 3rd and 4 upcoming. They got to get to the 40-yard line. 8 seconds left to go in the first. I don't think they're going to snap it in time. 3, nope, we're going to take a break. Going to the second quarter, McAlester leads 7-0 here on KNED.
McAlester Pepsi is family owned and operated for more than 80 years. We take great pride in what we do. McAlester Pepsi supports local athletes, schools, churches, and community events for generations. Our legacy continues with you. Whether we're talking about faith, family, friends, or football, we are honored to be your total beverage provider. From our family to yours, life is just better with Pepsi. Visit us at McAllisterPepsi.com.
If you're in the market for a new vehicle, you know they're hard to come by. Well, Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester is a step ahead of the game. We are Southeast Oklahoma's #1 pre-owned dealer because we went out and found the best low-mileage pre-owned vehicles available. Fully loaded Mercedes, BMW, Lincoln, Lexus, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, Chevy, you name it, it's on the lot. And financing is available. So come by Patriot today.
Welcome back to Broken Bow, Oklahoma. We reach quarter number 2. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, joined alongside Phillip Jewell and Nate Brown sideline. 12 minutes on the clock to begin the second quarter. Buffaloes leading 7-0 after a touchdown run by Caden Luss now in the first quarter. Broken Bow has only gotten 1 first down so far. They have a 3rd and 4 upcoming from their own 36. Here's the snap. Handoff Coley. Coley tackled in the backfield. He's going to lose a yard here. First man there, was that Pouncil again, or was that one Malachi Rice?
That was Mr. Malachi Rice shedding the left tackle, getting into the backfield, wrapping Cooley up, and Coley had nowhere to go because Malachi was not going to let him go.
Yeah, Aiden Coley in on the tackle. I'm getting Coley and Clay mixed up every once in a while. Again, we're rusty as well here in our first game back. We'll see if the Savages want to go for it here or they're going to punt it away. It looks like they are getting ready to punt it. It would be Tyron Tinajero back at his own 25, but again, he's one of the starting wide receivers, so if he finds a gap, maybe he'll take it.
Also got to hold your water right here. They might also go with the hard count, being 4 seconds left on the play clock.
2 returners for McAlester. Here's a line drive kick end over end that's going to bounce past the McAlester 50-yard line to the McAlester sideline, and we'll see where it went out of bounds at. Right at the 50 is where McAllister's going to start this drive. 11:10 remaining in the first half. Buffaloes lead 7-0 over the Broken Bow Savages. This game brought to you in part by Fenton Nissan, the Bank and A, McAlester Pepsi, Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford, First Realty, Vickers Furniture, Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop. Thank you all for putting us on the air, not just tonight, but all season long as we're starting this one. Week 0, another hot one. Like Rob Thomas once said in the 2000 song, it feels like 7 inches from the midday sun.
Well, you know, all of August, and especially today, has been like Zach Bryan's World Tour. Burn, burn, burn.
That's right. Or Nate Smith, world on fire right now. 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Caden Luss now back in the quarterback. It looks like he's joined alongside Jordan Clark. Here's the snap, back to pass. Luss now steps up in the pocket, will try to run it, and spins around a man, keeps the ball tucked, and he doesn't lose yards. His forward progress is going to be marked. He gained 1. We'll see where they officially mark him, but could have been a loss. But did you see that B-button move he put on?
I play PlayStation, so, you know, to me it's circle. That's why, you know, a lot of gamers have trust issues, but they went with straight 50 protection right there. 60 protection, as Jordan Clark was also a pass pro blocker. Broken Bow was able to collapse the 60-man, that 60 pro, get into the backfield, and was seeing that he wouldn't have enough time to throw the football, get it away, so he just tried to make what he had, got back to the 50, great heads-up play there by Les now to not lose any yardage.
2 receivers each side again. They have one to snap it. They get it off in time. Screen pass far side, caught by Lauerman. Lauerman shakes off a tackle and pushes forward a little bit for a gain of 1. They'll bring up 3rd down and long. So last year it was the passing game. Both teams combined for 497 yards through the air. On the ground, they combined for 134. Tonight it's been the ground game instead of the pass game, and we'll see. And that works out in Broken Bow's favor here on a 3rd down and 8. McAlester has to get to the Broken Bow 40-yard line. They lead 7-0 with 9:51 remaining in the first half.
And as Forrest Mazie has shown, you don't have to get it all. Make this a 4th down and manageable, and we'll roll out the dozer because they did it last time, got a 1st down.
Snap. Les now back to pass on 3rd and long. Already under pressure, rolling out right. Looking downfield, he'll just throw this one away. Smart move, too, as the secondary had everyone kind of beat. Now, I think he might have had Carter Lance streaking free down the middle of the field if he had more time to throw while he was in the pocket, but having to rush out to his right, you could have Aaron Rodgers out there. I don't think he would have made that throw.
Yeah, that was a great decision because if he would have planted his feet and tried to throw, that outside linebacker was forcing down on him, and he was going to hit him hard, so he went ahead. He threw it about 4 rows up here into the Broken Bow sideline, missed the cheerleaders and landed in the bleachers. Buffaloes got out of there scot-free, but we would have wanted to score.
So now McAlster's going to punt again. Again, they're leading 7-0 over Broken Bow. 9:33 remaining in the first half. 2 to snap it. Les now grabs. He's going to fake it, and no, he won't. Rugby-style kicking it as it spirals out of bounds. We'll see where it went out at. It might be a solid punt there by Les now. Did he pin him inside the 20? As he keeps on working up the near sideline now.
Just kind of trailed off.
He just trailed off. Where'd the ball go out of bounds, sir? Again, everyone's a little bit rusty here.
I think he's marking it at the 25.
So they're going to say the 25-yard line. That's not what you're supposed to do, I think. You're supposed to walk up the line until you signal where it was at. He trailed off and said, 25. 9:27.
Close enough.
20, close enough. 9:27 left to go in the first half. So they're putting the Broken Bow Savages at their own 25-yard line. It's been a battle of defenses so far. McAlester had a long drive to be able to score their 7 points back in the first quarter. But it's been a defensive contest. You can remember a couple years ago, McAlester state runner-up team that was just a few points, a touchdown away from tying it up to in the Collinsville game, the state championship game. I think it was only 14-0 at halftime before McAlester really found their footing in the second half. So you're seeing the week 0 jitters a little bit, and we're also seeing a water break, water timeout here. 9:27 left to go in the first half. We'll take a break as well. Chug some water here on KMCO.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
So these random timeouts that you're seeing are actual water breaks. When it's so hot, it's actually a rule in Louisiana that if it gets above a certain temperature, you have to have water timeouts. That's what we're having here in Broken Bow, water timeouts. McAlester does have 2 remaining. Broken Bow has 1. Had to use 2 in one drive. But the Savages will start this drive at their own 25-yard line, moving it right to left. Ball in the near hash. 9:27 remaining in the first half. Buffaloes leading 7-0. Clay back in at quarterback with Coley, his running back to the left side of him. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Claps, here's the snap. Play action. Clay trying to go deep for Whitfield. It's overthrown, and it should have been intercepted. Dropped by Eli Chapman. He made a similar interception in the state semifinal game, trailing like that towards the end zone against Bishop McGuinness. That time couldn't haul it in as it was overthrown, looking for Whitfield. 2nd down and 10 upcoming.
Right there, the Savages went with a 50 pro pass block. Dustin Jacobson was double teamed, so you know what that means? It means Malachi Rice was one-on-one with the left tackle. Malachi was able to shed him, get to the inside, got his hands up, forced that ball to be up. Great play there by Malachi. That's just something that you got to capitalize on the back end if you're Eli Chapman.
Coley has a gap along the left side, and he breaks forward past the 30-yard line to around the 34. Good run by Aiden Coley. And it'll bring up 3rd down and short. 3rd down and about 1 or 2, as you hear on the PA. Will Spears in on the tackle.
Right there is Malachi Rice one-on-one with the left tackle. Left tackle that time just beat him. Malachi slipped, and when he did, he was able to grip that handle up underneath the shoulder pads. They call it the steering wheel, and flip Malachi over. But you're not going to beat Malachi Rice like that too often.
And if you were wondering, Quita and Carl Albert tied at 0 after one quarter. 3rd and 1 upcoming. Clay trying to run it himself on the quarterback keeper. He's close to the first down marker. It was already 3rd and 1. Did he get the yard that he needed, though? Looks like no gain. It's close, though. 4th and inches, and he may have even got it. I mean, the ball's right at the 35-yard line.
Looks like we got an official timeout here.
They're going to measure this one. And the official says that it is a first down. So he called timeout, the official's timeout, at 8:19 left to go in the half. And looking at the ball that was clearly over the 35-yard line, they say that it is indeed a first down. So the Savages get their second first down of the evening. Buffaloes lead 7-0 with 8:19 remaining in the first half. Needed 10 on that set of downs, got 10. Ball in the near hash at their own 35. High snap, Clay will take it, rolling right. He's under pressure again. He's going to get sacked. Ball comes loose and picked up by the Savages between the 25 and 30. Looks like some Jaden Shumway in on that one.
What did I say just a second ago? You're going to beat Malachi Rice a little bit. Jaden Shumway was able to get into the backfield, deliver the punishing blow, but who was there as well? Malachi Rice. You're not going to beat Malachi Rice and Jaden Shumway too often. You got to make the little ones count because they will hurt you, and that's exactly what the Buffaloes did right there.
Jaden Shumway officially on Max Prep's 5 sacks last year. There's his first of 2023. 2nd and long, snap, Clay. Going to go for a screen pass or not. He's under pressure. Hog-tied and taken down. Will Spears, flex on him, sir. Inside their own 25-yard line, and we're looking at 4th and very long. As Braden Bumpus is telling his sideline over there to get up off their feet.
The Black Death defense is showing up right now at Broken Bow Memorial Stadium. They're flying around, and I guarantee you, Kevin Harmon is on that sideline. Look at him over there. He was flexing his muscles and he was flopping his arms to tell the defensive backs to get into the right position. They are loving what they're seeing right now with this Black Death defense playing as hard as they could and playing sound football.
3rd and 20 from their own 24. Snap. Keeper by Clay, and he stumbles down, and he's going to be pancaked by Drayton Pouncil. Lays on him right there. It's 4th and long. No chance of a fake punt here inside their own 25-yard line. McAlester will get the ball once again here in the first half, leading 7-0 over Broken Bow.
Just as, if you watch Coach Venables when he was in Clemson and his early days in Oklahoma, when he gets teams into that 3rd and long, he gets very crazy with his schemes, and he gets wild. The Buffaloes right there had everyone on the line except for their 2 cornerbacks and got crazy. They looped. They dropped their safeties. Great call there.
This punt is away. Going to bounce again past the 50-yard line and take a sideways turn. And the Buffaloes will start this drive at their own 48, 49-yard line. This game brought to you also in part by Vickers Power Sports, WE Offered Propane, Best Western American, Integrity Portable and Metal Buildings, KC Farm Machinery, Kennedy Eye Care, Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, and Compass Capital Management. Thank you all for putting us on the air tonight. Buffaloes again lead 7-0, 6:12 remaining here in the first half as the Buffaloes lead against the Savages. Brandon Green, your voice of the Buffaloes here, providing play-by-play next to Phillip Jewell Jr., your color commentator. Nate Brown coming in every once in a while. Ball in the far hash, left to right, go the Buffaloes. They're going to come out trips right with a tailback on the left. Can't see who it is quite yet. Snap. Going to be a keeper by Les now left side. He's going to be taken up by the top of the jersey and spun down for a loss of 2 or 3 back near the 45-yard line. A lot of tackles for losses here early between the Buffaloes and the Savages. We're halfway through the second quarter. And that's a generous spot there for Caden Lesnap. They're going to say he only lost 1. Forward progress marks him at the 47.
Yeah, that definitely looked like it was a loss of more. And the Savage defender barely getting his hand underneath the face mask. That was a close play right there.
Snap, they're bringing everybody. Hand off Jordan Clark up the middle. We have a flag here. And Clark is pancaked by a bunch of black jerseys right there, right around where the ball was snapped. We'll see what the flag is.
The way that it happened right at the snap, I'm thinking maybe it was an illegal formation of the Buffaloes. or it was an offsides because the flag came out as the ball was snapped.
I'm looking at one official. He's just got his hands on his hips, but
made you think it was offsides.
Made me think that he's about to call offsides. Broken Bow is bringing everybody on that one. And once again, I think this is a perfect time for a water break. That's what both teams are going to have. So we'll take another water timeout here on KNED.
Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
So the flag has been waved off. There is no flag. It'll be 3rd down and 10 upcoming for the Buffaloes. And quick update because we mentioned the score earlier. Carl Albert quickly now in the second quarter, 14-0 over Coweta.
Same way with Carl Albert last week. They kind of looked a little off when they played UConn in the scrimmage. But what happened as it kind of went on? Xavier Robinson made plays. Kevin Sperry was making plays. That's exactly what Carl Albert's about to do and about to find their footing too.
Buffalo's trying to do the same thing. Struggled mightily the first 2 drives offensively. Scored in their 3rd drive, had to punt their last one. They have 3rd down and long upcoming, trying to figure out this Broken Bow defense that's always strong year in, year out. In the gun, 2 receivers each side. Here's a snap. Rolling out right will be Les now. Finds a gap, tries to get away from some defenders. Spun near the 50-yard line, and he'll be tackled down after a gain of 3.
Sure looked like a face mask there, but
might have just been tackled high. And they'll bring up 4th down and long as we have 4th and 8 upcoming. 5:10 remaining here in the first half. Buffaloes will have to punt this one away again. Ball in the near hash. Have we had? I think we've only had 1 flag thrown tonight.
Yep.
It was a false start, if I'm not mistaken. Buffaloes have 7 seconds to snap the ball. 5 seconds now. Les now back to punt. 4, 3, 2, 1. They're going to have more room here. Or maybe not. They're going to let him punt it away. End over end punt. Bounces at the 15-yard line. Picked up by Whitfield at the 10. Gets around Braden Bumpus at the 15. And he's tackled down close to the 20. Now the play clock was 0 for quite a while there. But
I'd say for about 5 seconds.
We didn't have a flag thrown. And that will give the Broken Bow Savages the ball near their own 20-yard line after a good return by Shakiron Whitfield.
I mean, you'll take that.
We will take it. 4:31 remaining here in the first half. So McAllister's defense trying to keep on being as solid as they come. Broken Bow has had 2 offensive possessions start inside the McAlester 25-yard line, and they still don't have any points to show for it yet, but McAlester can't bank on that all night long. So they'll keep on trying to do their job. McAllister's trying to find that spark that they had in their final drive of the first quarter. Here's snap, 1st down and 10. Tackled in the backfield again and spun down inside the 15.
Ball might have come out.
It looks like he might have held on to it. I saw the ball kind of waving around. He just held it kind of outside of his body there. Again, just hurt a Buffalo defensive line getting there.
That was Mr. Drayton Pouncil. They brought in an entire new defensive line, and Drayton Pouncil snipped it out quick. As the Savages at that time, they were actually in 20 personnel themselves. Pouncil seen it, got low, shed through the block, hit him in the backfield. Great design play call there by the Buffalo defense.
Drayton Pouncil, again, coming for the quarterback. Clay back to pass, under pressure, steps up, and he's got a bunch of green grass if he wants to run it, and will. Breaks a man's ankles, tackled from behind at the 25-yard line for a gain of close to 10, and they'll bring up 3rd down and manageable here for the Broken Bow Savages. And really the way they're using Drayton Pouncil right now is almost as if they're using a 4th defensive lineman. They're using him almost like a striker defensive end position.
Yeah, kind of like you said, like a striker. He's that 1-2 punch. You got your Jaden Shumway, you got your Nemo Mission-Tubby, you got your Malachi Rouse on the defensive line, Dustin Jacobson. But that outside linebacker spot is being very vital right now with Drayton Pouncil and proving that he can be dangerous.
Snap, back to pass, Clay. Came out wrong. It's caught, though. Inside the 30-yard line, tries to go up to the 30, and it's enough for a 1st down. had to get to the 30-yard line. Whitfield got past the 30 by about a yard and now moved the chains for the Savages. 3:05 remaining here in the first half. McAlester would really like to stop Broken Bow. They do have 2 timeouts to work with as well. Broken Bow only 1. They restart the clock. 3 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. Trips right. Clay in the gun. New running back. They won't run it, though. They'll throw it. Clay back to pass. Under pressure again. Throws. Hit as he throws. Has a man behind the defense. It's Jakyron Whitfield. And if it wasn't for an ankle tackle by Ethan Watkins, that's a touchdown. What a throw by sophomore Anthony Clay. Hit as he threw. Got a lot of airtime. Past the defense to the 20-yard line.
I mean, you can't defend that much better if you're McAlester.
Jakyron Whitfield is special, but Anthony Clay, he's showing that he's pretty special here. Quick play, handoff up the middle. Trying to run over men, and succeeding is number 44, Quinlan Bailey, as he gets a good gain of 8 down to the McAlester 12-yard line. It's the first time that the Savages have been in McAllister's red zone since about the 8-minute mark in the first quarter. 2:22 left here in the first half. 2nd and 3 officially. They're trying to get McAlester to jump off sides. They'll have no such thing. 7-0 game, McAlester leading. But Broken Bow just got a wave of momentum here. Clay claps, gets the ball, back to pass, looking left, going to step up and try to run it. There's some holds, it looks like. It looked like number 56 of McAlester, as we do have close to a first down, if not a first down. Looked at number 56. Brandon Douglas looked like he might have been held up by the collar there on that run.
Yeah, that's all you can do right there if you're Douglas. Just throw your hands up, and hopefully the officials are going to throw the flag. That was as hold as it can be right there by that left tackle spot. Kyler Cupid, referee kept the flag in his pocket. It was a legal play.
First down and goal at the 10-yard line. Snap, wildcat formation for Whitfield. Whitfield gets around one man, but then he's captured by Will Spears, and it's hard to get past Will Spears once he's got you wrapped up. Still a good game by Whitfield, considering you're at end goal right now. It's a gain of about 2 or 3. Less than 90 seconds left to go in the first half. Buffalo still lead only 7-0. And McAlester is going to call a timeout here. We'll take it. 1:25 left to go in the half. Buffaloes lead by a touchdown here on KMCO.
Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
Get ready for a winning combination this football season. Just as your team brings the heat on the field, our HVAC experts bring you unbeatable comfort at home. Touchdown with us for reliable HVAC solutions. Score big with our exclusive installation offer using keyword football. Call now and let us keep you in the game. Don't despair. Call Freeze and Flare at 918-424-7135. We are licensed, bonded, and insured.
So 2nd and goal for the Broken Bow Savages at the McAlester 7-yard line. Buffaloes lead by 7, 1:25 left in the half. Snap and handoff to Bailey. No keeper by Clay. Clay gets around an ankle tackle, spins near the goal line, and he's into the end zone. The Broken Bow Savages are a PAT away from tying this one up late in the second quarter. And right now I'm looking over at head coach Rod Davis of the Savages, and he is pumped up. That was a drive that they needed to get themselves back in the game, not only on the scoreboard by almost being a point away from tying it up, but also mentally, as they weren't getting the ball moving at all. Now they have a chance to be able to tie it or take the lead if they want to go for 2 here. Swinging gate, and they'll bring it back over. Get on to attempt the PAT. Victor Silva. McAlester blocked a kick earlier. Can they get a paw up on the ball here? Snap, kick, it's blocked again! And this one's going to be taken down around the 8, and the PAT is blocked. McAlester maintains a 1-point lead. 1:23 left to go in the first half here on KNED.
KC Farm Machinery in McAlester reminds you mowing season ain't over yet. And right now is the time to get a great deal on a new Gravely Commercial Zero-Turn Mower. We carry Gravely Zero-Turn models anywhere from 42 inches up to a 72-inch cut. The 2024s are coming soon, and now is the time to take advantage of the discounts available on all Gravely Zero-Turn models. Your local independent Gravely dealer in McAlester is KC Farm Machinery, right next to the McAlester Union Stockyards. At Compass Capital Management, our unique process, the Life Plan Solution, will be the guide to you reaching your retirement goals and realizing your dreams. Go to compasscapitalmgt.com. Registered principal securities offered through Cambridge Investment Research Incorporated, a broker-dealer, member FINRA, SIPC. Jimmy J. Williams is an investment advisor representative of Compass Capital Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Cambridge and Compass Capital Management, LLC are not affiliated. 321 South 3rd, Suite 4, McAlester, Oklahoma, 74501.
Broken Bow Savages get on the scoreboard and they pull it within 1 point. A blocked PAT maintains the lead for McAlester. Both teams have one timeout remaining. 1:23 remaining in the first half. Can McAlester put a quick scoring drive together? Silva will kick it off to the Buffaloes. And here's the boot. It's going to be a little pooch kick as well to the near side. It's sailing out of bounds. We're going to be having a flag coming out here. Again, only the second flag that we've had so far.
It's like an enforced flag.
Do you see a flag coming out? They're gonna
no,
put
but it might just be automatic.
It's automatic. They'll put it at the 35-yard line. So we have a drive summary, Phillip.
That was an 8-play, 80-yard drive that took 3 minutes and 8 seconds off the clock. Capped off with that 7-yard touchdown run by Mr. Brian Clay. And that is your drive summary brought to you by Bishop's Funeral Service. They're a full-service establishment that offers a wide range of services, and they love our McAlester Buffaloes.
Eric McCarty Jr. tuning in. I see them boys working. Hate I couldn't make it to the opener. Wish them a record-breaking season. Thank you, Eric, for tuning in. First down and 10, quick pass far side. Jackson Lauerman kind of got himself into some trouble there as he cut it up into a defender, but then he reverted his direction back to the sideline. He did not get out of bounds, so the clock continues to run. 1:08 left to go here in the first half. Second down and about 7 left to go. Buffaloes lead by a point. Watkins, are running back on the right side of Lesnow. Here's a snap, rolling out right. Under pressure, still rolling. Tosses late, near side. Is it caught? Lance says that he has it.
Referee said he was out of bounds.
Not only was he out of bounds, I think that the ball might have hit the ground as it was kind of caught between the wrists there of Lance. So I'll make it third down and long. Now the clock is stopped with 51.5 seconds remaining in the first half. And Anthony Clay, you got to be knowing this if you're the Broken Bow Savages and the fans of them. You saw that throw to Jakyron Whitfield earlier. I mean, you got to be feeling good if you can get the ball back with about 50, it's not going to be 50 seconds, but about 35 seconds in a timeout.
Absolutely. The way that he was able to step up, take the hit, and deliver that deep ball, the home run ball to Jakyron Whitfield. Great play.
Third and 7, pass near side. This one is caught by Lance. Lance was a yard shy of the first down marker. And it's going to bring up fourth down and 1. Clock will continue to run as Lance did not get out of bounds. That was a long throw there by Lesnow. And there is a second between the game clock and the play clock.
That's a terrible spot.
That's a really rough spot there for Carter Lance. His forward progress looked like it was all the way back at the 44-yard line, but they're going to say when he was trying to reestablish his footing and as he was being pushed back to the 40-yard line, they're going to say he reestablished his forward progress, which I don't really agree with there. Buffaloes are going to have to snap the ball, though. There's 1 second between the play clock and game clock.
Personally, I'd run the game clock out, take the delay.
And that's what they're going to do. But both clocks hit 0 anyway. The play clock hit 0, and then the game clock did after that. And we have a 7-6 ball game with McAlester leading at the end of the first half. So we'll be having the Buffalo halftime show coming up here momentarily. Again, it's McAlester 7 and Broken Bow 6. We'll be back in 4 minutes. Well, we'll see what we can do because, again, McAlester is trying to tell the officials, we may not be going anywhere yet, that there was a whole second between the play clock and the game clock, that it should have been stopped with about a second left. Buffaloes are wanting to maybe go for it here on fourth down. And it's Coach Stone that is trying to say there was a whole second difference and you guys didn't see it. and now McAlester will be making its way towards his locker room. He has an argument. There was 1 second between the play clock and the game clock, with the game clock trailing the play clock. But regardless, that will be the end of the first half. So again, it is 7-6 McAlester leads. Your Buffalo Halftime Show brought to you by Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry, beginning shortly. This is Buffalo Football on KNED.
To celebrate back to school, we're giving away a $500 gift card with every vehicle purchased.
For new vehicles, used, or certified pre-owned?
All of the above. That's right. Every vehicle in August comes with a $500 gift card.
And financing is as low as 0%. What about for all of us working now and not going back to school?
$500.
Wow. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at fentonnissan.com.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned, because I'm all about keeping my money in our town. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Labor Day sale is underway at Vickers Furniture. Right now, you can save up to 20% on all leather living room sets. Recliners start at just $349. You'll also find the best prices on bedroom furniture. Vickers Furniture offers 100 days interest-free financing, no credit needed, and 0% financing for up to 36 months for qualified buyers. Vickers Furniture, 215 South 2nd Street, McAlester.
Vickers Furniture, we're right here with you.
Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger can be unpleasant. You don't need any help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those pleasant meetings, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters, give them a call. They're expert craftsmen, specialists with over 50 years of experience in collision repair, utilizing only top quality parts and accessories. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma in McAlester.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford with some exciting news. We have purchased Eufaula Ford in the beautiful town of Eufaula. Now with 2 locations, we have a better selection of new vehicles in stock and coming in, plus more pre-owned and service, all to better serve you. Come check out our grand opening specials and sales all month long at both locations. We are so thankful for this opportunity and hope you'll join us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford of McAlester and Eufaula. Come on in and let us make it happen for you.
Vickers Power Sports reminds you that hunting season is not far off. And right now at Vickers Power Sports, you can get in a brand new Can-Am Defender at fall discount pricing. Vickers has every style and color of Can-Am Defender you can think of. Not only that, they also have every hunting accessory you can think of. Drop by Vickers Power Sports today at 1904 South Main in McAlester, or go to vickerspowersports.com, or call us at 918-423-3306.
McAlester Pepsi is family owned and operated for more than 80 years. We take great pride in what we do. McAlester Pepsi supports local athletes, schools, churches, and community events for generations. Our legacy continues with you. Whether we're talking about faith, family, friends, or football, we are honored to be your total beverage provider. From our family to yours, life is just better with Pepsi. Visit us at McAllisterPepsi.com.
Well, it has been an ugly first half. It was a really ugly first quarter but then both teams started to kind of find their groove. McAlester has had one good offensive drive, and it was enough to be able to give them the lead. As it is currently 7-6, McAlester leads Broken Bow Savages. Broken Bow has only been able to move the ball on one drive as well, and it was their last drive before the end of the first half. And it was speared by a wonderful throw from Clay to Kyron Whitfield, which put them near the red zone at around the 21-yard line. Clay touchdown run was enough to be able to get them on the board, but a blocked PAT was enough to be able to keep McAlester with the lead. So this is the Buffalo Halftime Show, brought to you by Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry, the jewelry you need for every occasion. Nate, your halftime reaction so far, and then we'll go over to Phillip.
Well, like you were saying earlier, it's been a bit of an ugly first half, but McAlester defense played really well the entire first half, even on that scoring drive by Broken Bow. There was one very long play, and really that was just pure arm talent by the quarterback to get the ball down the field that far.
Phillip, your reaction from the first half?
Oh, man.
Week zeros are weird, aren't they?
Man, when you step off that bus on week 0, whether, and you get ready to go in that locker room, shoulder pads are in the locker, you know it's going down, but my goodness. Everyone always talks about the heat being an issue. Sometimes you haven't played a football game since December or even November, and so, it's hard to get that footing back. And right now, man, McAlester, just when they seem like they had it, they take 4 steps forward, they took 10 steps back.
I agree.
Broken Bow, they took 3 or 4 steps forward, they took 6 steps back.
Both teams are playing about the same right now. Both teams have had one really good drive that's led in points, and then both teams really haven't moved the ball other than that.
Yeah, and, it was a blocked punt, a blocked field goal, a fumble, then the touchdown, then it was punt, the touchdown by Broken Bow. There was 5 straight possessions there where it was a punt, and just right when you see that McAllister's able to move the ball and run it, effectively, they went to dozer, they got in the 20 personnel, and just when you think, okay, things are going to be different, Broken Bow, they hunkered down defensively on that line. That front 7 got nasty. And even with Leland Billy graduating last year, and you're thinking, okay, well, that defensive end's gone from Broken Bow, all they did was reload with what we're seeing so far in the first half.
What we're seeing so far, yeah. We're going to be going over some scores here, but there's some wild ones. As we just saw, this one isn't involving anyone from our district, but pretty surprising to see Poto up on Bishop Kelly so far, 17-7. But that brings us right into our scoring plays. So far, we've had quarterback runs for touchdowns. Those have been our scores. We had a 5-yard touchdown run by Caden Lesnow, a 7-yard touchdown run by Anthony Clay that has led us to 7-6. McAllister's Trent Greer nailed his PAT. Silva had his block. He also had a kick that was blocked. If it wasn't for that blocked kick, McAllister would be down right now. It's playing out almost the same exact way that we saw last year, but the difference is McAllister's first 2 drives, they were all over Broken Bow. This year, it took them until their 3rd drive to get their footing, like you mentioned, and then after that 3rd drive, again, the front 7 of Broken Bow. Both teams are pretty much just bringing everybody, hoping that they can stop the run. Right now, though, Broken Bow does have the momentum going into the second half. They do get the ball to begin the second half as well. Didn't see any injuries, knock on wood. Didn't see any injuries, not even a cramp in the first half, which is very surprising. It's a wonder what those water breaks will do.
Yeah, absolutely, and during those water breaks, it's also a great time to get pickle juice in, Pedialyte, all those things that are going to help you not cramp so much. I wouldn't be surprised maybe if even Broken Bow and McAlester even had a cooler instead of having Gatorade tonight, maybe even had that Pedialyte just for that help to, not cramp, to stay hydrated.
All right, so again, the score at the end of the first half, McAlester leading Broken Bow 7-6. Scores around the district and area coming up next. This is the Buffalo Halftime Show, brought to you by Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry.
If you're in the
Welcome back to the Buffalo Halftime Show, brought to you by Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry, the jewelry you need for every occasion. Let's look at how games are going around the district and area with our scoreboard update. Brought to you by A Little Cab of McAlester. Open Monday through Sunday, 24 hours a day. When you need to be on time, call A Little Cab of McAlester every time. 918-470-2422. Phillip, take it away.
We're going to start locally. Right now, the Gore Pirates are currently up on the Wilburton Diggers 6-0. Hartshorn right now ahead of Henrietta 8-6. And in a game that I didn't see coming, the Canadian Cougars up on Ketchum 28-0.
Yeah, did not expect that either.
Yeah, I think we got that one wrong.
So now we're going to go to 5A3 where Carl Albert's Ethan Spiewak made a 35-yard field goal with 11 seconds left to go in the first half. They're up 17-7. The Dale City Eagles are up 19-9 on Choctaw. The Chieftains and Sandites locked in a battle at 7. East Central has already scored more points right now than they did the entire game last year, as Shakota currently leads 19-14. And, ladies
Are
and
you talking about Durant? Because I have the man, the myth, the legend right here texting me, John Homer. He is in Durant right now for the 1983 state champion 40-year reunion. He has it at Durant 0, 8-0. He says lights went out about 45 minutes ago. Still waiting.
Oh, my goodness.
They're in the first quarter. I believe it was like around 4:20 left to go in the first quarter when the lights went out.
That's exactly what I was about to say, because if you're watching our game, or if you're even in the stands listening, or if you're in the stands at any game across the state listening to us, and you're like, my goodness, man, McAlester, man, they just sound rough right now. Like, this is unnormal. Well, guess what? It's week 0, and even some of the stadiums don't want to work right because we have lights that are out.
That's right. Well, there's your scoreboard update brought to you by A Little Cab of McAlester. We're going to be back with some stats here in just a moment, as we had that from Stats Larry Barnett. They're ugly for both sides, and we're going to be talking about it coming up here momentarily. You have something real quick, though.
Just got an update. Henrietta just scored. They went up 12-8 on Hartshorn.
All right, so again, we're going to be having our stats coming up here momentarily. You're listening to the Buffalo Halftime Show, brought to you by Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry, the jewelry you need for every occasion. Welcome back to the Buffalo Halftime Show, brought to you by Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry, the jewelry you need for every occasion. Didn't have a chance to do this yet. Thank you all for listening, tuning in to McAlester Football tonight on KNED. I'm sure that the players really appreciate the support, and we appreciate you guys tuning in and let us know you're listening. I didn't even get to my wife yet. Harper, my daughter, my wife Destiny, my dog, my cat, all tuning in from McAlester, Oklahoma right now. Let's go ahead and look at some stats. Do we want to start off with the away team or the home team, guys?
Let's start with home team.
All right, starting with the Broken Bow Savages. We're going to start off with the rushers. We've had number 33, Aiden Coley. He has had 8 rushes for 13 yards. You've had the quarterback, number 8, Anthony Clay. He has run the ball 11 times for 7 yards and a touchdown. Number 44, which is Quinlan Bailey, he had 4 carries for 3 yards. And number 3, which is Kyron Whitfield, had 1 carry for 2 yards. Looking at Anthony Clay, he's been efficient. He's actually had a really good line. He has went 4 for 5 for 70 yards and no touchdowns. But again, that's 4 for 5, 80% passing right now for Anthony Clay. Good first start for him as the sophomore, taking over for Christian Brumley. The receivers, number 17 on a batted pass over to him. Sam Hurst caught a 12-yard pass. And Kyron Whitfield, picking up where he left off last year, where he had 180 receiving yards and 3 touchdown receptions. He has had 3 catches for 58 yards, including that big 45-yard pass. That was 45 yards in the air, by the way. Clay was throwing, going to his left as a righty. Very hard play to have. There's been 2 penalties called on Broken Bow, a false start, and then they had one on the kickoff. 25 rushing yards on 22 attempts for Broken Bow, 70 passing yards on 5 attempts for 95 total yards. They've averaged 1.14 yards a rush, 14 yards a pass, but only 3.5 yards per play. Going to your McAlester Buffaloes now. We've had Ethan Watkins, 4 carries for 20 yards. Caden Lesnow has had 9 carries for 24 yards and a touchdown run of 5 yards. Number 14, Lance Stone, he had a fumbled snap, so that ended up being a carry for negative 2 yards. And Jordan Clark officially at 2 carries for 8 yards. Caden Lesnow so far has gone, that is 4 for 7 for 11 yards passing. The receivers, number 4, Carter Lance caught 2 passes for 7 yards. Jackson Lauerman, 2 passes for 4 yards. Not a single penalty on the McAlester Buffaloes in the first half. 50 rushing yards for McAlester on 16 attempts, 11 passing yards on 7 attempts. Just 61 yards from the McAlester Buffaloes against the Broken Bow Savage defense tonight. 3.13 yards a rush, 1.57 yards a pass, 2.65 yards per play. That has got to be better going into the second half for McAlester, which sends us right to Phillip. Your keys to the second half.
Keys to the second half, got to be better. I mean, just offense.
Defense is fine.
Yeah.
Offense needs to be better.
Defense is fine. Defense is exactly where you need it to be. They blocked a field goal. They blocked a PAT. They forced 2 punts.
They've been on the field a lot.
They forced 2 punts, forced a fumble, blocked a field goal. They've been on the field a lot. Offensively, the offensive line is where everything gets going. Everybody wants to talk about when it comes time for the end of the year. They want to talk about the Bolitnikoff Award. They want to talk about the Heisman. They want to talk about this. But where is every single battle won? It's inside the trenches. Whether you're at a football field or whether you're overseas, the battle is won in the trenches. That's where the war happens, and the Buffalo offensive line has got to be better these next 24 minutes.
We got to see what they did against Wagner. Wagner, they started off rough as well. It was a rough start in the Wagner scrimmage for the McAlester offensive line. But by the end of the scrimmage, McAlster's offensive line was wearing down their front seven. They had the conditioning. They had what it took to be able to overcome that. And they were moving the ball. It led to their one touchdown that they had with the Ethan Watkins run. But so far, we've only seen one, and they reverted, like you said, during the broadcast. They went 3 steps forward, and then now they've gone 5 steps, 6 steps back.
And, last week we had the only touchdown in the scrimmage. And so with that being said, there's still hope. You can still wear these guys down. But an effective rushing game is going to open the pass game up. And right now the Buffaloes that don't have a running game, so the passing game is only screenplays. And with the speed that this Broken Bow Savage defense has, they're making screenplays extremely hard because they're able to get out there into the flats and hit these guys as soon as the ball is hitting their hands.
And it's why, and you can tell McAllister's trying to establish the run. They are trying to, but Broken Bow is just overcoming that so far. Bringing a lot of pressure with each and every play. Doesn't matter if it's pass or if it's play. Might as well just send nearly your entire front seven to go after the running back or the quarterback right now. That's at least what it looks like. Nate, you got to see the vibe a little bit as they were coming off the field. Of course, they thought they were going to have one more play, but that didn't happen. What do you see from McAllister's body language?
I think they know they've got to be better than they were in the second half because this Broken Bow team, as highly ranked as McAlester is, this Broken Bow team can beat them. Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
We've seen them play McAlester tough pretty much any time
Only once they haven't.
Yeah.
And that was 2 years ago.
And
even then it was a 14-0 game at the end of the 14-0 game at the end of the first half. It wasn't until the second half that McAlester found their rhythm.
Right. So if you can find that second half rhythm you had 2 years ago, you're going to be just fine, but you have to be better in the second half. It's just as simple as that. Or like you said, the offense needs to be better.
All right, so again, Broken Bow gets the ball to begin the second half. 7-6, McAlester leads the Broken Bow Savages. This has been the Buffalo Halftime Show brought to you by Wiley's Bespoke Jewelry, the jewelry you need for every occasion. We're going to go back to our regular sponsors, and then we'll be back here in just a moment as McAlester has emerged from the locker room and stretching right now, making their way back towards the far sideline. We'll be right back here on.
If you're in the market for a new vehicle, you know they're hard to come by. Well, Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester is a step ahead of the game. We are Southeast Oklahoma's #1 pre-owned dealer because we went out and found the best low-mileage pre-owned vehicles available. Fully loaded Mercedes, BMW, Lincoln, Lexus, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, Chevy, you name it, it's on the lot. And financing is available. So come by Patriot today.
Integrity Portable Buildings and Steel Structures is your place to buy your next cabin, barn, shed, studio home, carport, RV cover, garage, playset, and more. They have many different displays on the lot, and you can rent to own and no credit checks. They're locally owned and operated and serve all of Southeast Oklahoma with integrity. Open 6 days a week at 1407 South Georgia Expressway, next to the Stockyards in McAlester. Call them at 918-558-8205.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
Hey there, football fans. Are you ready for the ultimate game day experience? Kennedy Eye Care is your ticket to a crystal clear view of every heart-pounding moment. We're your local vision care MVPs, helping you score big with comprehensive exams, top eyewear brands like Oakley and Ray-Ban, and cutting-edge lens enhancements to help you not just watch the game, but experience it. Whether you're a player or a passionate fan, don't let poor vision sideline you. Give Kennedy Eye Care a call today at 918-429-1400.
We're about to have the kickoff of the second half, brought to you by Jet Tire Service. For great deals on Michelin, Uniroyal, Kinda, and Cooper tires for your car, truck, or SUV, see Jet Tire Service in McAlester, serving Southeast Oklahoma since 1962. Don't fret, jettire.net. So Trent Greer once again keeping it off to the Broken Bow Savages. Here's the pooch kick, end over end, near side, fair caught, and taken at the 27-yard line by, it looks like number 4, wasn't Tanahero. That is Sky Baker. And that is where the Savages are going to start this drive. We've got McAlester strength and conditioning coach Austin Maddox tuning in, saying toughness will win out in the second half like there is no tomorrow. That has been their slogan all offseason. Buffaloes trying to play like there's no tomorrow here in the second half, leading by 1 over the Savages. Both teams combined for 151 yards in the first half. In the gun, trips left, H-back right for the Savages. Here's the snap. Handoff going to be Bailey. Bailey bounces off a tackle. Tackle from behind and pushed forward an extra 2 or 3 yards. And that'll be a gain of 4. Brings up second down and 6 upcoming.
Broken Bow gets in 20 personnel right out of the gate. They run that power straight to the right. Looked like Dustin Jacobson came in, delivered a powerful blow. But not before that Savage offensive line can push them back 2 or 3 yards.
Play a little toss out over to Bailey. Bailey grabbed up from the top and taken down at the 30-yard line. Coming off the left edge, that looked like once again. Oh, was that Jaden Shumway or Quinlan Bailey on the carry?
That was Braden Bumpus from the safety spot.
Braden Bumpus from the safety spot came in and made that tackle right near the shoulder pads. Hooked him and brought him down for a loss. That's a loss of about 4 yards to bring up third down and 10. Is what McAlester needs right now to be able to get the ball back and trying to strengthen their lead, which is only 1 as we were just now beginning the third quarter. Snap, McAlester bringing pressure. Clay under pressure. Tackled from behind and only a gain of 2 yards. As coming up with the tackle is Malachi Rice. And that'll bring up fourth down and long, and they're going to have to punt it away. An excellent start to the second half for the Buffalo defense. 3 and out for the Broken Bow Savages.
Exactly what the Black Death defense did all first half. They washed the offensive lineman back into the backfield, forcing Anthony Clay to step up. Clay thought he saw some green grass. It was there. Little did he know the man, the myth, the legend, Malachi Rice was coming from behind, wraps him up. That was only a 3-yard pickup when he had a lot of green grass in front of him.
To return the ball, we have Ethan Watkins and also Braden Bumpus back there. Bumpus standing in front of Watkins. So great start to the second half for McAlster's defense.
Timeout.
Well, the play clock was going down to 0. We only had 2 penalties.
The game clock's still going.
The game clock is still going at 9:55. 22 seconds now as we restart the play clock. Here's the snap. They will punt it away. Great punt. That'll be taken by Watkins at the 40-yard line. Watkins past one man, breaks a tackle, and then he's going to be taken down from the legs around the McAlester 46-yard line. So McAlester defense did its job. How does the McAlester offense respond? Again, they only had 61 yards rushing in the first half. They need to go 54 yards right here to be able to get into the end zone. Only touchdown so far for the Buffaloes, a 5-yard scamper by Caden Luss now. And again, they'll be moving to left to right across your radio dial if you're listening that way. They're moving towards the east if you're watching on YouTube. Let's see what the set they come out in. They're going to have 2 receivers on the right side. I see one on the left. I think they might be putting an H-back either on the left side or I can't see that extra receiver. Looks like it's going to be Lance Stone in at quarterback. Here's the snap. Hand off Watkins right side. Evades a shoulder tackle, and he's off to the races down the far sideline. One man to beat, and look at that boy go. Ewat into the end zone. Touchdown, McAlester. Took him one play to go 54 yards. Excellent run by Ethan Watkins, and the senior puts the Buffaloes up 13-6, 9:28 remaining here in the third quarter.
Well, we said the offense had to be better in the second half. I don't think you could ask for much more than that.
Ethan Watkins' breakaway speed is insane. Trent Greer trying to attempt the PAT. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up. And we do have a flag here first.
Looked like it was offsides on Broken Bow.
Nope.
No, false start. That'll happen a lot. You're gonna when McAlester goes out for a PAT, how often do you see an offsides? You're used to seeing it.
They're used to seeing that or an offsides. But number 7 for Broken Bow looked like he had stepped over the line and got back. Maybe forced a false start.
That would have been Brian Clay.
So,
but it's going to be a longer PAT attempt here for Trent Greer. Still well within his range as his long last year was 38. They back this one up near the 10-yard line. This will be an equivalent of a 27-yard field goal, I believe. Snap bounces. They're going to have to try to go for 2 here. Spinning out over to the right is Les now. Les now looks towards the end zone, has a man, throws to the end zone, and it will be, did he catch it?
There's a flag.
There's a flag coming in after the play, but catching it. Who came up with the ball? Is that 54? That's 54. That's Pfeiffer Mitchell. I think
it was 54.
That would be Pfeiffer Mitchell. It's either 54 or 44. I don't have a 44 on my roster. So that's got to be Pfeiffer Mitchell.
Or 34.
Or 34. That would be Drayton Pouncil, but that's not Pouncil. But regardless, we're trying to see what this flag is on because it came in as the play was over. As of right now, the 2-point, what it essentially was a de facto 2-point conversion is good. It would make it 15-6.
Illegal touching is what they're calling.
Would that be?
I have no idea what he's signaling.
He just signaled an illegal touching.
Well, now Broken Bow's coming off the field.
Yes, because it's an illegal touching penalty.
Let's see if we have 3 minds that can figure this out.
An offensive lineman for the Buffaloes during that fire drill ran, got to the end zone, sat down, and he was the first man to touch it. So therefore, having a lineman number, even in a fire drill busted situation like that, would still be the equivalent of an illegal touching downfield. So that's why Broken Bow declined the penalty, and so the try will be no good. And
if they declined the penalty,
wouldn't you just redo it? I don't know.
If you decline the penalty, the play should stand.
We'll talk about this later. I'm sure someone's listening. 13-6 is the score. McAlester leads. We'll take a quick 30-second break. 9:28 left to go in the third quarter on KNED.
The Labor Day sale is underway at Vickers Furniture. Right now, you can save up to 20% on all leather living room sets. Recliners start at just $349. You'll also find the best prices on bedroom furniture. Vickers Furniture offers 100 days interest-free financing, no credit needed, and 0% financing for up to 36 months for qualified buyers. Vickers Furniture, 215 South 2nd Street, McAlester.
Vickers Furniture, we're right here with you.
Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger can be unpleasant. You don't need any help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those pleasant meetings, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters, give them a call. They're expert craftsmen, specialists with over 50 years of experience in collision repair, utilizing only top quality parts and accessories. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma in McAlester.
So yeah, we're right. We were right. That's illegal touching. Broken Bow said they accepted the penalty, which would mean that you redo it, just backing yourself up a little bit.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. At first, they said that they were going to decline the penalty.
If you declined it, then the 2-point conversion is good.
Right. And so I guess now they're saying they're going to accept the penalty, back McAlester up, and I mean,
but now we're going back.
Okay, come on now.
Well, even if they accepted the illegal touching, you would redo the PAT or the 2-point conversion
unless they're enforcing the penalty on the kick.
But then you would have 2 points, and there's no way that Broken Bow would want that.
But did he catch the ball in the end zone?
He did catch it.
What was it in the end zone?
Yeah, it was well in the end zone.
It looked like it was well in the end zone. We really don't know what is going on. I would like to tell you, but
they considered it a loss of down play. Derek James, McAlester News Capital, is on the sidelines, and he just messaged us, said that they're calling it a loss of down play.
What?
And that's why Coach Mazey was talking to the officials after that, but that's what it will be. We will break out the old dusty rule book and find out. But we'll have a drive summary also, as McAlester scored quickly here in the third quarter to go up 13-6. That's the most important thing. Greer will boot this one away. This one's a little bit more straight down the middle, and it'll be returnable back at the 10-yard line.
Blocking the back.
Near side to the 15-yard line and tackle down around the 28. And there was a clear block on the back that wasn't.
There should be a penalty there,
that
too.
That wasn't thrown, but we will have a drive summary. Phillip?
That was a very fast one-play, 53-yard touchdown drive. It was finished off with the one play by Ethan Watkins. Took 11 seconds off the clock, and PAT, the try was.
You heard.
Yeah.
So McAlester does lead 13-6. That's all that's important right now. 9:22 remaining here in the third quarter. Savages went 3 and out in their last drive to open up the third quarter. They now trail by 7 once again. 2 receivers right, H-back right, 1 receiver near side. Here's a snap. Clay fakes the handoff. He's under pressure again along the right side. Evades a sack by Owen Russell. Tries to run it himself along the far side. Throws it late. Looks like he was past the line. It's caught around the 34-yard line.
It's coming back.
Flags.
But we have 2 flags over by the 30-yard line. Clay was well past the line of scrimmage.
He was about 3 or 4 yards past the line.
Line of scrimmage was at the 28. He threw that from about the 30 to the 32.
Yeah, he was around the 32 where he let go of that ball. And I love it because I can see where Coach Mays is at. As soon as the ball was thrown, he didn't even care about what happened on the other side. He's pointing down where Clay let go of that ball.
But not only that, Owen Russell came off the outside, and Owen Russell was held.
Yes, he was.
Well, we do have a flag that's over there by where Russell would have been, where he almost made the sack.
So we're going to find out whether it was all in a illegal forward pass or the hold.
Or both.
Either way, it's going to go against Broken Bow here.
Yeah, illegal forward pass. Loss of down.
And it's also going to back him up 5 yards as well. So it's going to bring up second down and 15 because it is a loss of down. And I'll push him back in within their own 25-yard line. So 9:11 remaining in the third quarter. McAlester leading 13-6. Trips right. Running back left side of Clay. Here's the snap. Clay back to pass again. Looking near side. Under pressure. Flushed out right. Has to step back up in the pocket. We've got a flag coming out again. Clay going near side to the 30-yard line. Tackle down at the 25 by, that is Will Spears. But again, we have a flag all the way back around the 15-yard line. Looks like we're going to be having holding, and Broken Bow's going to be backing up some more.
Yep.
That's going to be a 10-yard penalty from where they were. They were at the 23. Now we're going to go back to the 13 for that hold. Or is it from where the hold was? Because the hold
it's usually where the hold was.
Because the hold was about 4 or 5 yards deep into the backfield.
Yeah, it was about. Well,
they're gonna. Oh, it's half the distance to the goal based on where they're at right there too, which will mark them close to the 10-yard line.
Looks like they're maybe at the 15.
It's hard to tell because there's no yard markers over here in Broken Bow.
I'm going to guess that's at the 14.
They go every 5. So it's about 14-yard line. 13-6 McAlester is leading with 9 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Snap, play action again. Quick pass, it's a screen pass out, caught on the near side. Evades one tackle, but then sandwiched by Malachi Rice coming from the defensive end spot around the 20-yard line. Gain of 6, and that'll bring up third down and about 19.
And right here, this is where the Buffalo defense wants to get very crazy in their schemes, show the blitz, drop it back, but you got to keep this in the back of your mind. Anthony Clay to Kyron Whitfield has already hit a home run ball earlier, so you don't want to sell out and leave one-on-one on that outside with Kyron Whitfield. You want your safety to come over the top and play center field.
By the way, that pass caught by Sky Baker. So 3rd and 20 upcoming. Under 9 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Pass in play here for Clay. Clay's wrapped up. He evades another sack. He's going to try to run it for the first down. He's got some room to the 25, spun down to the 30-yard line, but he's still well short of the first down. He's about 9 yards short of the first down. And again, Malachi Rice running all over the place. Because you got to imagine, Malachi was in the scuffle to where he's nearly getting the sack, and then he goes all the way back and nearly makes the tackle. And they'll bring up 4th and 9, still a punt play here for the Broken Bow Savages.
Man, I got to give it to Anthony Clay. The kid is a gamer. We are seeing it on full display here. Just when you think McAllister's got the sack, the big play, what does he do? He evades the tacklers, gets into the open field. The cornerbacks and safeties, they don't know because they're chasing receivers downfield, and they got to turn their backs and come back down. Anthony Clay is a gamer, and it's on full display right now.
Victor Silva has done pretty good out of the punt spot right here. This time he'll punt it away again, and another great punt. Watkins will let this one bounce. There was no one around him, and it's going to end up hurting McAlester here as it's going to roll towards the 26-yard line. That's how you flip the field, Victor Silva. 7:51 remaining here in the third quarter. McAlester is leading 13-6, trying to have the same success that they had in the only play that they've had so far in the third quarter, a 54-yard touchdown run by Ethan Watkins. We do have a water timeout, as officials have called, so we will take a timeout here as well. You're listening to McAlester Football.
Vickers Power Sports reminds you that hunting season is not far off. And right now at Vickers Power Sports, you can get in a brand new Can-Am Defender at fall discount pricing. Vickers has every style and color of Can-Am Defender you can think of. Not only that, they also have every hunting accessory you can think of. Drop by Vickers Power Sports today at 1904 South Main in McAlester, or go to vickerspowersports.com, or call us at 918-423-3306.
McAlester Pepsi is family owned and operated for more than 80 years. We take great pride in what we do. McAlester Pepsi supports local athletes, schools, churches, and community events for generations. Our legacy continues with you. Whether we're talking about faith, family, friends, or football, we are honored to be your total beverage provider. From our family to yours, life is just better with Pepsi. Visit us at McAllisterPepsi.com.
Buffaloes leading 13-6 coming out of a water timeout. 7:51 remaining in the third quarter as the Buffaloes trying to continue their success that they had offensively with their one-play touchdown, as I mentioned before we went to break. Ball at their own 25-yard lines where they're officially marking it at. Les now back in the gun, 2 receivers each side. Looks like that's Clark to the left side. Here's a quick pass far side, caught by Lauerman. Lauerman down the far sideline, races past one man, first down Buffaloes, and they get to around the 39. Based on where he stepped out at. That first down brought to you by Sean Wilkerson with Whitetail Properties. When you're looking to sell your ranch, timber, recreational land, or a rural home, call 918-284-1233. Lauerman had his career high last year against the Broken Bow Savages. 5 receptions, 126 yards, 2 touchdowns, including a game-sealing one. He also had the very first touchdown of 2023 with a wide-open touchdown pass down the middle. It's first down and 10 now from the McAlester 36-yard line. McAlester moving it left to right, and we have the second flag of the day on McAlester.
We're going to have a false start.
Carter DeLance is very, very generous man. He picked up the flag and said, here you go.
Oh, and by the way, partner, Jackson Lyerman didn't have the first touchdown of 2023. That was Caden Lesnow. Lyerman had the first touchdown of 2022.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
my years.
I was just going to let you go with it.
Thank you.
I did that a few years ago with the French kiss.
No, thank you.
And I was like, I'll never let you do that again, brother.
Called Chef's Kiss a French kiss. By the way, Randy Hughes is tuning in saying, is that downtown Nate Brown? Yes, it is. And speaking of downtown Nate Brown, his dad's listening as well, saying, guys, doing a great job. Go Buffs. So 1st and 15 now for McAlester as they back it up to the 32-yard line. 7:42 remaining in the third quarter. 13-6 McAlester leads. Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle. There's that gap by the offensive line, but a good tackle, upending. Looks like that's Jordan Clark around the 36, 37-yard line. Good game by the right side of the line, though, as it was Landon Pingleton and Sean Perkins opening it up.
Great play there by the Savages. They see Jordan Clark coming in the middle. Clark was able to pick 5 yards up, get to the original line of scrimmage. Thought he was going to have more. Broken Bow just laid some hammer down. Great play there by the Savage defense.
2nd down and 10. McAlester has to get out to around the 45-yard line. 10 to snap it. Les now gets it. Hand off. Clark right up the gut. Bounces into his own man. Runs his own man over and gets the first down as he's tackled past the 45-yard line. But as you saw in that Wagner scrimmage, we mentioned it during the halftime show, as we've got to the second half, that offensive line starting to find their rhythm.
That's exactly what's going on right now. They're starting to find that footing. They're starting to wear down the front seven of Broken Bow. Jordan Clark actually pushing his linemen to the next level and following them around. That's what great running backs do, and look for his eyes only to get better as he gets older.
Again, it's 3rd down and 1. He did not get to the first down marker, just right next to it. So 3rd down and short. Snap, handoff Clark. Clark now gets the first down, past the 50-yard line, and out to the Broken Bow 49.
Sure looked like he got it.
I thought he got it, too. And we do have an injured Broken Bow Savage. It's our first injury so far tonight. We do have him holding, it looks like, his left arm, so we're going to be taking an injury timeout. 6:39 left to go in the third quarter. McAlester leading 13-6.
If you're in the market for a new vehicle, you know they're hard to come by. Well, Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester is a step ahead of the game. We are Southeast Oklahoma's #1 pre-owned dealer because we went out and found the best low-mileage pre-owned vehicles available. Fully loaded Mercedes, BMW, Lincoln, Lexus, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, Chevy, you name it, it's on the lot. And financing is available. So come by Patriot today.
Integrity Portable Buildings and Steel Structures is your place to buy your next cabin, barn, shed, studio home, carport, RV cover, garage, playset, and more. They have many different displays on the lot, and you can rent to own and no credit checks. They're locally owned and operated and serve all of Southeast Oklahoma with integrity. Open 6 days a week at 1407 South Georgia 9 Expressway, next to the Stockyards in McAlester. Call them at 918-558-8205.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
So the injury was a right elbow injury, it looked like, on Reese Hoover, the starting defensive end for the Broken Bow Savages, on a run by Jordan Clark out to the Broken Bow 49-yard line. McAlester does lead 13-6. 6:39 remaining in the third quarter. McAlester once again driving. A couple of first downs already on this drive that began at their own 25-yard line. So again, they're into Broken Bow territory at the 49. Les now will remain the quarterback. On the left side of him, Ethan Watkins, I believe, trips left. That's not Watkins, that's Drayton Pouncil on the left side. Snap, and Pouncil is tripped up. Coming around the edge was number 80. And tackling him was Adrian Brandon.
Adrian Brandon came into the backfield like he was shot out of a cannon. Wrapped the legs up of Drayton Pouncil, basically hog-tied him. And that was just a great play there, again, by number 80, Adrian Brandon. And we can see Lance Stone come in, and also Owen Russell was a tight end on that play. Now it looks like Lance Stone might be playing a little bit of running back.
Lance Stone is playing running back to the left side of Caden Les now. 2nd down and 11. Did not see this last year, I don't recall. Snap. Quick pass out far side. Dangerous pass as reading it well as it's incomplete. Kyron Whitfield read it really well, and if he was a step quicker, could have grabbed that and maybe taken it untouched to the end zone to possibly try to tie this game. It's only a 7-point lead for McAlester. 3rd down and 11 upcoming. McAllister's had 3 drives stall out here around the 50-yard line, or actually 2. They're trying not to have their 3rd here, as they have it on the near hash, moving left to right. 18 to snap it, up 13-6 with 5:46. The clock stopped. Same personnel. Les now showing pressure. Here's the pass out to Lance Stone. Stone gets around one man, runs over another. High tackle prevents the first down, but it's a good gain to make this 4th down and manageable if Maisie wants to go for it.
Personally, I'd be going for it.
He's
here.
about 4 yards away. He's at the Broken Bow between the 43 and 44-yard line. Lance Stone on the screen pass. Looking at last year, Stone actually did have 2 receptions for 35 yards. So,
if that play looked familiar, Buff fans, that was the exact design play that Eric McCarty went to the house on the screen pass from Les now in Dell City that took the lead right before overtime.
Going for it here on 4th and 4, Dozer package. Got to get to the 40-yard line. The snap bobbled. Finally picked up by Watkins, goes forward around a man, close to the first down marker. He pushes forward, and he's got the first. Are you kidding me? Ethan Watkins. He fumbled that ball. He was juggling it. Like he was actually juggling it at a circus. Grabbed the ball and then got past the first down marker. Kyron Whitfield a little slow to get up, but he is up. He got past the 40. He had to get to the 40. It looks like he's got the first down.
They're
But they're going to measure this.
He got to the east side of the 40.
I mean, the ball is past the 40-yard line.
Completely.
Where one of the sticks is at is between the 49 and the 50, where the first down sticks is at.
Don't tell me we got an index card situation like the Cowboys did a few years ago.
It looked like he had the first down clearly based on where they started this drive at, or they started the set of downs at.
Are they going to walk the sticks out?
I think so.
Here they come.
So as we wait, because I guess they didn't put the first down, or at least where they started the drive or the set of downs at, it wasn't straight on the 50-yard line.
This is going to be close.
He didn't get it.
I don't think he got it. No, he did not. Turnover on downs. And Coach Maisie doesn't agree with the call either. Coach Maisie is looking at one of the officials, throwing his hands up in the air, goes back to talk with one of them for just a split second, and goes back to the far sideline. So it'll be Broken Bow football at their own 40-yard line. This has been, again, I guess you could call it literally MACtion with McAlester playing in this game. But it has had all the weirdness of a week 0. With 4:55 remaining in the third, Buffaloes lead by 7, 13-6. Broken Bow trying to take advantage of the spot. Clay will get the ball under pressure again. Still has a little bit of a room. Chunks it deep for a man. It's up in the air. It's caught, and he has no one but the end zone to run to. He will stroll in there, and the Savages are 1 point away from tying it up. Trying to cut the route was a safety for McAlester. They're a tad late through the arms into Kyron Whitfield, and it's a 13-12 game. When it looked like McAlester was getting all the momentum, Broken Bow does that.
That's what happens when you give them too much time in the pocket. You can't cover forever.
And that will bring on a PAT attempt. Again, both times that it has been number 6. Victor Silva has tried to kick the ball. It's been blocked. So do they go for 2 here, or do they still try to go for the PAT? It's 13-12. McAlester leads by 1. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up. And we're tied in Broken Bow. 4:41 left to go in the third quarter. 13-13 our score here on
Best Western Inn and American Lodge and Suites in McAlester are both locally owned and operated. Both offer clean and comfortable rooms at a great price. Best Western Inn and American are proud sponsors of McAlester Buffalo Sports, wishing the best of luck to all the players and coaches. Remember, when you need a clean, comfortable room at a great price, think Best Western Inn and American Inn Suites, both located on the 69 bypass in McAlester.
Get ready for a winning combination this football season. Just as your team brings the heat on the field, our HVAC experts bring you unbeatable comfort at home. Touchdown with us for reliable HVAC solutions. Score big with our exclusive installation offer using keyword football. Call now and let us keep you in the game. Don't despair. Call Freeze and Flare at 918-424-7135. We are licensed, bonded, and insured.
So Broken Bow has tied it up on a long touchdown pass to Kyron Whitfield. Silva will kick this one away. Pooch kick. Heading towards the line. It bounces! And jumping on top of it is McAlester Buffalo at the 26-yard line. So it'll be McAlester Football, as I believe it was Eli Chapman down at the bottom of that pile. McAlester tied up with Broken Bow. 4:41 remaining in the third quarter. Phillip, we have a drive summary.
That was a one-play, 61-yard drive that took 14 seconds off the clock. And as Brandon stated, it was capped off with a home run ball from Anthony Clay to Kyron Whitfield. PAT is good. That's your drive summary brought to you by Bishop's Funeral Service. They're a full-service establishment that offers a wide range of services, and they love these McAlester Buffaloes.
Drive starting at their own 26. McAlester thought they had a first down. Was stopped just inches, maybe centimeters shy of a first down. And so here's going to be a keeper. Not a great read by Lance Stone, but he's able to use his power to get something out of it. As that'll be number 60 in on the tackle. Aiden Zamudio. It's going to be a gain of 2 to bring it second down and 8. Ball a yard shy of the 30.
I think you got an echo.
I kind of do, don't I, right now?
He was saying it the exact same way you did.
13-13, McAlester tied up with Broken Bow. Broken Bow once again has the momentum. Watkins in at running back. Buffaloes 10 seconds to snap it. Stone's going to remain the quarterback. Watkins to the left of him, 3 to snap it. Here's the snap. Going to be keeper again, Stone left side, trying to break through some defenders, but again, they're holding strong at that 30-yard line. Maybe got to the 31 for a gain of a couple. And it will be third down and about 5 coming up.
Lance Stone just using his power. They went design quarterback run there. He was able to pick up 3 yards. This is going to be a big 3rd and short right here for the Buffaloes.
Looks like Stone remaining the quarterback. 3rd and 5, the snap. Back to pass Stone. Stone looking middle, going home, run ball, hit as he throws, down the middle of the field, it's caught! Jackson Lauerman signals first down on the opposite side of the 50 around the 36 as Lance Stone took a high shot. He sent a far shot to Jackson Lauerman. Lance is going to come off the field around the far sideline. He went 8 for 12 last year for 109 yards to the air, 67% completion. And that one is a big shot down to the, looks like Broken Bow 35. Les now back into quarterback, 2 receivers each side. McAlester on the move again. Snap, handoff. Watkins kind of tackled from the leg as he was clipped by number 20, it looked like, as Jace Anderson, after that ended up being blocked by an offensive lineman, but he was able to get Watkins off his balance for a gain of a few inches. Second down and long coming up.
I want to go back to that play to action, Jackson Lauerman was interfered with. Before that ball got there, he was hit hard by Kyron Whitfield, who was able to keep his composure, keep his eyes on the ball. Great play there by Lauerman. Buffaloes need to capitalize right here.
2nd and 10 snap. Les now rolling out left, looking downfield, tossing against his body for the far sideline, and it's overthrown. Looking for the sideline. He's also going for, looks like he was going back for Jackson Lauerman. That one was out of reach, and it's 3rd down and long. I don't think McAlester has succeeded on a 3rd and past 5 so far tonight. So this is not the situation they want to be in at 3rd and 10. Clock is stopped at 2:23. Ball placed at the 35-yard line, and play clock has begun. So what do they draw up here on 3rd down and 10 from the Broken Bow 35? Again, you don't have to get it all at once. Les now snaps it, rolls out left, quick toss towards the sticks, caught, and a big hit shy of the first down marker, about 2 yards. But on the catch, oh, did he drop it? The impact.
Caden Lesnow got hit high.
The impact.
He's still down.
As Caden Lesnow is down around the 45-yard line.
Coach Mazey is livid right now, guys.
His helmet's
As he
off.
should be.
Mazey is talking to the white hat official as he got hit up high around the 45, and we're going to have an injury timeout. We'll take a break here on KNED.
At Compass Capital Management, our unique process, the Life Plan Solution, will be the guide to you reaching your retirement goals and realizing your dreams. Go to compasscapitalmgt.com. Registered principal securities offered through Cambridge Investment Research Incorporated, a broker-dealer, member FINRA, SIPC. Jimmy J. Williams is an investment advisor representative of Compass Capital Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Cambridge and Compass Capital Management, LLC are not affiliated. 321 South 3rd, Suite 4, McAlester, Oklahoma, 74501.
To celebrate back to school, we're giving away a $500 gift card with every vehicle purchased.
For new vehicles, used, or certified pre-owned?
All of the above. That's right. Every vehicle in August comes with a $500 gift card.
And financing is as low as 0%. What about for all of us working now and not going back to school?
$500.
Wow. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at fentonnissan.com.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs, whether residential.
For those on the video stream, we'll get back to First Realty's commercial here in just a moment. But as Caden Lesnow was getting up to his feet, he took a high shot, and Coach Forrest Mazey spent nearly, as soon as he checked on Caden Lesnow, spent nearly that entire break talking to the officials.
And they ruled that pass incomplete.
They ruled it incomplete. They're going to say that the hit jarred the ball loose along the far sideline. Again,
And is Mazey calling the timeout?
Mazey
is calling a timeout. So
he just dropped everything.
Yeah, he dropped his play card. He dropped his headset around the 40-yard line.
He's still talking to these officials about that.
And we'll have another timeout. We'll be right back.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs, whether residential or commercial. First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com.
I was looking for a bank that actually cared about me, had checking, savings, and loan options that catered to my needs, and was locally owned, because I'm all about keeping my money in our town. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in banking options. The Bank NA, strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Broken Bow, Oklahoma. It's a 13-13 game, 2:18 remaining in the third quarter, but there's been some questionable officiating to this point in this game, and that's from both Broken Bow side and McAlester side. But after the high hit that Coach Mazey saw at Caden Lesnow, he said enough was enough, and he even called a timeout his first in the second half to tell the officials about it. The Buffaloes are back on the field, going forward here on 4th down and 10 from the Broken Bow 35-yard line. Stone back in at quarterback, takes the snap, back to pass, looking middle, flushed right. Stone still looks and has to just throw it away on 4th down and 10. Throws the ball away on 4th down and 10, and it will give the ball to the Savages at the 35-yard line. So that will give the ball to Broken Bow. Tie game 13-13, 2:12 remaining in the third quarter. Again, this is Brandon Green bringing you play-by-play action. The McAlester Buffaloes alongside Phillip Jewell, your lead analyst. Nate Brown chiming in here and there as well. Braden Bump is still trying to get his fans up on their feet. A full stands, by the way, on the far sideline. McAlester traveled really well here for this Week 0 matchup, as Anthony Clay has had 2 big throws, both to Kyron Whitfield. You know all eyes are on number 3 in the slot right now. Trips right. Snap. Clay. Quick pass out over to Whitfield, far side. Caught at the 35. Makes his way towards the near side of the field. Past one man to the 45. Past the corner. Past the 50 and out of bounds. Close to the 45-yard line of McAlester. Kyron Whitfield is a one-man wrecking crew right now for the Broken Bow Savages. And when you have someone like Anthony Clay who is athletic enough to be able to evade some pressure in the backfield, it makes for a dangerous combination. 2 receivers each side. They're going to try to go hurry up as it gets to the 43-yard line. That is a generous spot there for the Savages. Here's the snap. Play action. Back to pass. Clay under pressure again. Flushed out left. Evades another man. Goes right side. Throws. It is going to be caught by Whitfield again. First down past the 30-yard line to about the 28. That'll stop the clocks while the Savages move the chains, and we have a Savage that's down now, and that's going to be Kyron Whitfield. So we have him now getting up onto his feet and walking towards the near sideline. Coming in for him will be number 5, Isaiah Fields. He's jogging off. Looks like he's going to be okay. To the 29-yard line of McAlester. In a tie game, 13-13, 1:50 remaining here in the third quarter. Clay in the gun. First time we've seen Aiden Coley at running back in a little bit. He's going to get a handoff here, and he's got a huge gap right side. Another first down run as the Buffalo defense is struggling on consecutive plays really for the first time tonight. Inside the red zone goes Broken Bow. What McAllister's got to do right now after that whole event that we had over on the other side of the 35-yard line, they've got to find themselves composed. McAlester is subbing. They're not letting McAlester sub. They snapped the ball with plenty of McAlester players on the field. It's been a gain of about 1 or 2, but there was 14 or 15 McAlester players on the field. There was no flag that was thrown. They didn't let McAlester sub.
Even though Broken Bow subbed.
Even though Broken Bow sub. If Broken Bow's offense subs, you have to allow McAllister's defense to sub. That is how that works. And then they snapped the ball with about 15 players on the field for McAlester, and there was no flag that was thrown. And because of that, we have another McAlester injury. This is getting rough. We'll find out who the injury is here in just a moment. But we'll take a break and be right back after an injury time.
If you're in the market for a new vehicle, you know they're hard to come by. Well, Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester is a step ahead of the game. We are Southeast Oklahoma's #1 pre-owned dealer because we went out and found the best low-mileage pre-owned vehicles available. Fully loaded Mercedes, BMW, Lincoln, Lexus, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, Chevy, you name it, it's on the lot. And financing is available. So come by Patriot today.
Integrity Portable Buildings and Steel Structures is your place to buy your next cabin, barn, shed, studio home, carport, RV cover, garage, playset, and more. They have many different displays on the lot, and you can rent to own and no credit checks. They're locally owned and operated and serve all of Southeast Oklahoma with integrity. Open 6 days a week at 1407 South Georgia Expressway, next to the Stockyards in McAlester. Call them at 918-558-8205.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
1:20 remaining. It was Brandon Douglas that was down on the field. He got up and was able to limp off the field towards the far sideline. 2nd down and 9 upcoming. Here's the snap. Clay back to pass, going out right. Going to throw late. Caught near the 5-yard line. As we have it close to the first down marker. Maybe even got it. With the catch, number 9. And that is Rocky Baker.
Rocky Baker on the reception for the...
We're under a minute left to go in the third quarter. 3rd down and 1 upcoming. Got to get to about the 7-yard line. 48 seconds remaining in the third. 13-13, Buffaloes tied up with the Savages. Broken Bow in the red zone. Going Wildcat here with Kyron Whitfield. Snap, going right, up the middle, spun down and tackled from behind, but did he push forward for the first down? It's going to be close.
I thought Drayton Pouncil had him in the backfield.
It is going to be 4th down according to the yard marker.
Got to think they're going for it here.
But Broken Bow does not have to. Broken Bow does not have to make that decision here in the third quarter right now. There's 12 seconds on the game clock, 18 on the play clock, so they can take this to the 4th.
It looks like that's what they're going to do.
5, 4, they're walking off. Put those 4s up in the air, Buff fans. We got a tie game here in week 0, 13-13, going to the 4th quarter here on.
To celebrate back to school, we're giving away a $500 gift card with every vehicle purchased.
For new vehicles, used, or certified pre-owned?
All of the above. That's right. Every vehicle in August comes with a $500 gift card.
And financing is as low as 0%. What about for all of us working now and not going back to school?
$500.
Wow. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at fentonnissan.com.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. And if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. For membership information, call 918-424-3720 or go to picklepalaceok.com.
So that was the most eventful quarter I think I've ever experienced in the third. Had long talks with officials, had spot discrepancies, had stoppages, had everything that you could think of, and it's led to a tie game 13-13.
Had an illegal touch that was a loss of down, and
took 15 minutes to try to figure out, but it has brought us to the 4th quarter with 12 minutes on the clock and a huge 4th down and inches coming up for the Broken Bow Savages. This ball's around the McAlester 7-yard line. They're going to put it officially at the 8. Big 4th down and inches. And once again, it looks like they're going to go, well, now no longer the Wildcat. Kyron Whitfield is going to be in the backfield with Anthony Clay, is what it looks like right now. Or they're going under center. They're going split back formation. Snap, quarterback keeper stood up at the line. Can he get a push for the first down? Broken Bow thinks that they have it, and they do. At least that's what it looks like right now. I've called my shot too early before here.
The far official gave it to him, but the near side official, though, came in and it looked like he didn't get the spot.
I think we're still waiting here.
We're still waiting.
Official time. We're going to.
And they're going to measure this again, and you hear just a loud groan from the near side. And so we're going to see what happens here is they're going to measure this one. It looked like he had it, but again, that's what it looked like with Ethan Watkins earlier too. And the very next play was how long was that touchdown pass?
The 61 yards.
So 61-yard bomb after that. And here comes the chain gang.
Can get as close as I can on the camera for everyone.
You got some Broken Bow guys in the way, it looks like, but we'll see if they kind of part a little bit. Kyron Whitfield is pretty he's pretty sure he has it. As they set it down. Well, they're still setting it down. And they do have it. First down, Broken Bow, and it'll be first down and goal from the 7-yard line. 5 seconds into the 4th quarter, Broken Bow is on the doorsteps of scoring against McAlester. It was a 34-24 game last year. McAlester has been knotted up. They haven't trailed in this game yet, but Broken Bow is real close to taking their first lead against McAlester since I think the last time that they came here before 2021, which would have been 2017.
Right here, if you're the Buffaloes, this is where you're going to find your identity defensively. 7 yards between them and taking the lead.
Snap, quarterback keeper. Clay is going to be caught up and tackled down for no gain or maybe even a loss. Looks like maybe a loss of 1. As the defensive line clogged the A, B, and C gaps and let Drayton Pouncil come around the left side.
Pouncil was the first one there, but Clay avoided Pouncil, but he could not get away from Jaden Shumway. And that's what those Shumway boys do. They get in the backfield and they make the quarterbacks and running backs pay when they get back there. Great play there by Jaden Shumway. 8 yards in between the Savages and the end zone here.
So 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Snap, handoff Coley. Coley stood up behind the line. Drayton Pouncil, have a night, sir. Pouncil has been everywhere. And it's going to be a loss of a couple yards to bring up 3rd down and goal, which, again, probably 4-down territory.
You see Kyron Whitfield, he was just yelling at the coaching staff on the sideline wanting the football. Instead, they went on the RPO. They handed it off. He was open. He had that out route. Nobody was out there.
Keep an eye on Kyron Whitfield here. 3rd and long. Snap, back to pass, looking middle. Steps up in the pocket. Will toss late, and it's incomplete. Kyron Whitfield was crossing over the middle. It was low, and it bounced. He thought he was open for just a minute. That's why Whitfield was upset. And it won't be 4-down territory. They went for it on 4th and 1, but with it being 3rd and goal from the 9, it'll be a field goal attempt for the lead. There's already been a field goal blocked today and a PAT blocked. Can McAllister's defense do it again?
And a punt blocked.
And a punt block, you're correct. Victor Silva trying to get the Savages their first lead over McAllister since, I believe, 2017. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is too far off to the left.
No good.
Shanked it to the left, and the Buffaloes keep the tie. They hold strong with their backs near the goal line. We're still tied 13-13 with 10-17 remaining in the game, at least in regulation at this point. Fenton Nissan, the Bank and A are sponsoring this broadcast, as well as McAlester Pepsi, Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford, First Realty, Vickers Furniture, Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, Vickers Power Sports, WE Offered Propane, Best Western American, Integrity Portable and Metal Buildings, KC Farm Machinery, Kennedy Eye Care, Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, and Compass Capital Management. So the Buffaloes start this drive deep in their own. Well, they're going to move it out to the 20-yard line.
Because it was inside the 20-yard line and it was a missed field goal.
So that moves them back to the 20-yard line. And still with Caden Luss now out since he took that high hit. It's Lance Stone that's going to be quarterback. 2 receivers each side. Here's the snap. Handoff. Jordan Clark carrying people to the 23-ish, 24-ish yard line.
Just short of the 25.
Right here for the Buffaloes.
Looks like 2nd and 7 more likely.
Offensive line, you want to find your identity, you want to gel right here, go on a long, grueling 10-minute drive, run the ball, pound it, as they say, ground and pound right here. Keep this Broken Bow defense on the field.
Stone, high snap, going to keep it himself, running off the right side, caught from behind, still powering forward. Run over that guy past the 30 for McAllister. First down.
And he lost his helmet.
So who's QB3? Lance Stone had to come out for a play, unless you're Anthony Clay back in the first quarter when he lost his helmet. He got to play the next play.
Wouldn't be surprised you might see him go Wildcat. Dozer package here.
That first down brought to you by Sean Wilkerson with Whitetail Properties. When you're looking to sell your ranch, timber, recreational land, or a rural home, call 918-284-1233.
Caden Lesnow is back in the game, ladies and gentlemen.
So Lesnow back in at quarterback. Good to see, because he was shaken up after that high hit. But he's back in with McAllister with the first down at their own 34-yard line after the run by Lance Stone. And we have a timeout called by McAllister. We'll take it. 60 seconds and we'll be back. 13-13 tied up. 9:07 left to go in the game.
To celebrate back to school, we're giving away a $500 gift card with every vehicle purchased.
For new vehicles, used, or certified pre-owned?
All of the above. That's right. Every vehicle in August comes with a $500 gift card.
And financing is as low as 0%. What about for all of us working now and not going back to school?
$500.
Wow. Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Learn more at FentonNissan.com.
Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger can be unpleasant. You don't need any help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those pleasant meetings, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters, give them a call. They're expert craftsmen, specialists with over 50 years of experience in collision repair, utilizing only top quality parts and accessories. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma in McAlester.
So Les now back in at quarterback. First down and 10 for the McAlester Buffaloes, tied up 13-13 in the fourth. Here's a snap. Handoff, Clark bouncing off. It's Ethan Watkins bouncing off the left side. Can't get back to the line of scrimmage. If he did, he was lucky. Second down and long upcoming. Under 9 minutes remaining in the game. Again, 13-13. Buffaloes tied up with the Savages. And what looks like it's going to be another classic ending between these two teams. McAlester is trying to go for their fourth consecutive win against Broken Bow. They've won 5 out of their last 6. Broken Bow said they're tired of losing to McAlester. And they've got this one in a close one. Second down and 9 officially for McAlester. Wildcat formation. Snap behind Watkins. Watkins has to fall on it, and that might be the drive killer. Inside the 25-yard line, back to the 24. We saw in warm-ups there was a couple of problems snapping the ball. We didn't see that at all against Wagner. But in some of the warm-ups that we saw, there were some overshot snaps a little bit. There have been some high snaps so far today, but that was the first one that's gotten past the player that it was intended for. And the clock will continue to run under 8 minutes. 3rd and 20 coming up for McAlester. So coming back in will be Lance Stone. Snap. Broken Bow bringing once again a ton of pressure. Stone has time to throw. Now is flushed out right. Dumps it off for Ethan Watkins. Gets around one man. He might have a first down here to the 40-yard line. Past another man to the 50, to the 45, and runs over a man to the 40 of Broken Bow. At first, Lance Stone looked like he was going for the long ball, the awareness of the senior to check it down to Ethan Watkins, and you just got to watch Ewart go. Down to the Broken Bow 40, and where it was 3rd and 20, McAlester overcomes it, and they're rolling again.
It's exactly what you want to do. The senior seen it. He stayed poised, brought the ball back down, rolls out, check down, give it to Ewart, let the boy run. That's what he does in open space.
McAlester tries to run tempo. Jordan Clark right side, spins around a man, past the 35 to the 30, still on his feet. First down, McAlester. Inside the 30-yard line, down to about the 29. And now we're cooking with peanut oil. Or as Limp Bizkit once said, we're rolling, rolling, rolling.
And as Mark Jackson says, Mama, there goes that man.
Ethan Watkins has been stellar. Jordan Clark showing some flashes. Broken Bow wants to stop this McAlester momentum. They'll take a timeout. 7:18 left to go in the game. Tie game 13-13 here on KNED.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford with some exciting news. We have purchased Eufaula Ford in the beautiful town of Eufaula. Now with 2 locations, we have a better selection of new vehicles in stock and coming in. Plus more pre-owned and service, all to better serve you. Come check out our grand opening specials and sales all month long at both locations. We are so thankful for this opportunity and hope you'll join us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford of McAlester and Eufaula. Come on in and let us make it happen for you.
Vickers Power Sports reminds you that hunting season is not far off. And right now at Vickers Power Sports, you can get in a brand new Can-Am Defender at fall discount pricing. Vickers has every style and color of Can-Am Defender you can think of. Not only that, they also have every hunting accessory you can think of. Drop by Vickers Power Sports today at 1904 South Main in McAlester, or go to vickerspowersports.com, or call us at 918-423-3306.
So McAlester starting to roll here in the fourth quarter. We're still tied 13-13, 7:18 remaining here in the game. In regulation, ball's placed around the 28-yard line. Lance Stone back in at quarterback, trying to get the Broken Bow defense to jump off sides, and they did. Encroachment, and that'll move the ball up 5 more yards. So bring up first down and 5. That's the first time that I can remember McAlester going with the hard count tonight.
And you seen Jackson Lyman on the near side when that happened. He hit him with a CD Lamb 2 sweep.
So first and 5 now for McAlester. Nearing the red zone. They've only been in it once today. Ball at the 22. Doesn't matter what team McAlester has. It seems like Broken Bow always plays them tough defensively. Offensively as well here out of the last 3 of the 4 years.
Well, the last 2 years, Broken Bow's finished inside the top 9 in 4A football. They're no pushover.
Trips left. Stone gets a high snap, runs it right, has a gap again, barreling forward into the red zone, and tackled down close to the 15. As he loses his helmet again.
Yep.
Stone lost his helmet once again. He'll have to come out again. We're into the McAlester Clothing Consignment red zone. They accept consignment 7 days a week and offers a 50-50 split.
Second time on this drive.
That's a guy that had a couple of concussions last year. We need to take care of his head.
His knee, he got to protect the head because, you know, he got knocked out against in Shreveport and in Coweta. He needs to keep that helmet on.
Ball at the 14-yard line. First down and 10 for McAlester. Let's now back out there. Snap. It's bobbled. Did Watkins jump back on it? It's still a scuffle for it. Down by the 14. Broken Bow thinks they have it. But the way that everyone's getting up,
Watkins got back on it.
I think Watkins jumped back on it. Whew. Take a breath, McAlester faithful. Almost shot themselves in the foot again. One thing that I noticed so far in this game is McAlester, they're losing the turnover battle so far. Broken Bow has not turned the ball over. So second down and long upcoming. Here's the snap. Quick pass far side. Caught. Down the far sideline, it's Carter Land still on his feet towards the pylon. He dives in. Touchdown, McAlester. Unless he stepped out first. It was deep in the corner. Did he stay in?
Stats was waving a towel. Oh, they're going to say he stepped out at the goal line.
At the goal line.
At the goal line, right before the pylon. Mazy's on the field now.
Carter Lance dove for the pylon, thought that he was in. Coach Mazy once again is speaking with an official tonight. And he's standing at the half-yard line. Carter Lance was centimeters away from putting the McAlester McAlester Buffaloes on top. 6:28 remaining here in the game.
That is as close as you can get to scoring a touchdown without scoring the touchdown.
The ball is sitting on the goal line.
And again, ladies and gentlemen, they went with a straight hot route. They screen play. They got it out to Carter Lance. He was able to turn it up. They had one-on-one up there on the far side. Carter Lance doing what Carter Lance does, and Macy's losing it now.
Yeah, Mazy's still losing his mind. He's calling timeout. And we'll have it right here on KNED.
Vickers Power Sports reminds you that hunting season is not far off. And right now at Vickers Power Sports, you can get in a brand new Can-Am Defender at fall discount pricing. Vickers has every style and color of Can-Am Defender you can think of. Not only that, they also have every hunting accessory you can think of. Drop by Vickers Power Sports today at 1904 South Main in McAlester, or go to vickerspowersports.com, or call us at 918-423-3306.
McAlester Pepsi is family-owned and operated for more than 80 years. We take great pride in what we do. McAlester Pepsi supports local athletes, schools, churches, and community events for generations. Our legacy continues with you. Whether we're talking about faith, family, friends, or football, we are honored to be your total beverage provider. From our family to yours, life is just better with Pepsi. Visit us at McAllisterPepsi.com.
So, once again, a timeout call by McAlester. They have one left. Broken Bow has two. But Coach Mazy, again, has spent this entire timeout talking to the officials. And, this game has been the most upset by far I've ever seen Coach Forrest Mazy.
Touchdown.
And now they changed the call to a touchdown. Have you ever seen this? Ever? They changed the call to a touchdown. Coach Mazy uses the timeout. And sometime during that span, They revert the call that was a Carter Lance pass out to the far sideline on a screen to a touchdown. And now, understandably, head coach Rod Davis is going out to speak with the officials, wondering why they changed the call. What did Coach Mazie say?
I mean, he is out in the middle of the field.
Well, I'll tell you what happened. Forrest Mazie used a Jedi mind trick. You will call a touchdown. I don't know what happened.
Forrest Mazie must have been watching a lot of Ahsoka since Wednesday.
So it is a touchdown by Carter Lance, and Trenton Greer will attempt the PAT. Soak it in, Buff fans. There are things you'll never see again in this game. Here's the snap. Kick is up. It is through, and McAlester leads 20-13. We'll be back. We got a long 6.5 minutes left here on.
If you're in the market for a new vehicle, you know they're hard to come by. Well, Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester is a step ahead of the game. We are Southeast Oklahoma's #1 pre-owned dealer because we went out and found the best low-mileage pre-owned vehicles available. Fully loaded Mercedes, BMW, Lincoln, Lexus, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, Chevy, you name it, it's on the lot. And financing is available. So come by Patriot today.
Integrity Portable Buildings and Steel Structures is your place to buy your next cabin, barn, shed, studio home, carport, RV cover, garage, playset, and more. They have many different displays on the lot, and you can rent to own and no credit checks. They're locally owned and operated and serve all of Southeast Oklahoma with integrity. Open 6 days a week at 1407 South Georgia Expressway, next to the Stockyards in McAlester. Call them at 918-558-8205.
After what has to be the greatest used timeout in history, what was initially ruled down at the half-yard line, Coach Mazie calls a timeout. During the timeout, they changed the call to a touchdown, and McAlester leads 20-13 with 6:28 remaining in the game. Maction, baby. It's Maction. Trenton Greer kicking it off, end over end pooch kick, and this one will try to be returned at the 30-yard line. A little bit of space. It's number 4 returning it. That is Sky Baker, close to the Broken Bow 40-yard line. Phillip, we have a drive summary. Great drive by McAlester, too.
That was a 10-play, 80-yard drive. It took 3 minutes and 49 seconds off the clock. Capped off with a 13-yard touchdown pass from quarterback Caden Lesnow to Carter Lance. PAT is good. That's your drive summary brought to you by Bishop's Funeral Service. They are a full-service establishment that offers a wide range of services, and they love these McAlester Buffaloes.
I want to revert what I said earlier. Hopefully we never see some of the stuff we've seen tonight again. It has been a wild game. The second half, really the entire 4 quarters, have been the weirdest 4 I have ever seen on a football field.
That's Maction, baby.
Snap, a little toss out over to Coley. What a play! Getting there, shedding off a block. Is that Owen Russell?
Owen Russell snipped it out from the word go. 5-yard loss.
He just bullied his blocker and tackled him down to the 35. Aiden Coley down for a loss of 5. 2nd and 15 upcoming.
My brother James Robert just texted me and said it is now 32-12 Hartshorn in the 3rd quarter. So they got some wild stuff going on there in the 918. Meanwhile, down here in the southeast corner, we're having a dogfight.
5:49 remaining in the game. McAlester leading by 7. Man in motion will be Whitfield. Lines up in the slot. Gets a head start on the go. Back to pass is Clay. Clay steps up. Going to try to run it and tackled from behind. Still doesn't get back to the original sticks as Malachi Rice and Will Spears chasing him down. Looks like it was Malachi Rice that initially got him.
Malachi Rice just limped and ran the whole way. Probably just a cramp here in this hot heat.
Yeah, they're already stretching him out over there. Man, I can't talk all of a sudden.
Gain of 3 that brings up 3rd down and long. Big play here for McAlester. Like every dad is going to say
for the next 3 months. Big play right here. Got to get off the field.
Big 3rd down right here.
And if you can't be, and if this isn't romantic about football, I don't know what it is. Timeout on the field, timeout Broken Bow.
They have 1 more remaining. 5:05 left to go in the game. We'll take it here on
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
This game has had everything. Blocked kicks, blocked punts, first downs where we thought the sticks were touching the ball.
Back a blocked punt, blocked field goal, a fumble.
Plays with 15 men on the field defensively. A reverse call
and no
for
penalty
a touchdown.
on the 15.
MTV's Dan Cortez is probably here. 5:05 left to go in the game. We have a 3rd down and 11 upcoming from the Broken Bow 39-yard line. Broken Bow with the ball moving left to right. 2013 McAlester leads. Clay gets a snap, looking deep, going around the right side, steps up in the pocket once more, and will take it and try to run for the first down. He slips and falls at the 45. 5 yards shy. If he stays on his feet, he might have the moves to be able to get to the 50-yard line, but it brings up a 4th and 5. Now, what does Broken Bow decide to do here? Because if they go for it and don't get it, McAlester has half the field to be able to strengthen their lead.
And also run out the clock, too.
That's true.
Silva's coming onto the field. There's a whole new unit. They're going to punt the football away.
Now, it is in that weird territory that if he finds something that he likes, he might be able to punt it or go for it himself. And this one isn't Silva that's kicking it away. This one's number 1, Tyron Tinajero. He's been the punter. Silva's been the kicker.
Silva's going to be a gunner right here on the near side, but watch a rugby-style punt.
Tinajero has been fantastic as the punter. The ball went past him. He'll have to pick it up around the 30. Now he's going to try to run it. McAllister's got to tackle him. Down the near sideline. Gets around another man to the 40. Going the opposite side. Someone's got to bring him down. Still on his feet at the 35 as he was bounced sideways. And the Buffaloes tackle him down at the 35. Tinajero during that moment could have still punted the ball away. He decided to still try to take it and run. And he's tackled for a turnover on downs around the 35-yard line. At any point right there, Tinajero could have still rugby-styled it, did something to punt it away, especially when he got some space. But it will be a turnover on downs instead at the 36-yard line. McAlester is sitting pretty right now with 3:59 remaining in the game. If they score here, I'm not going to say anything's impossible, but it is pretty sure-handedly that McAlester can go away with this week 0 and escape with a win.
We can say time would definitely be against Broken Bow at
That's
that
for sure.
Well, you never know. They could have a time stone.
20-13, all the Disney Plus references here on our Week 0 broadcast. Ball in the near hash. 9 to snap it as McAlester gets the play call in. Lance Stone directs it to his offensive line. They're going to be having 2 H-backs, 2 receivers on the right side. Clark, the running back. Snap. Keeper by Stone, right up the gut. Runs over a man to the 25. Says, get off me, into the red zone. Lost his helmet for a 3rd time tonight, and the Buffaloes once again get another first down. This Red Zone Alert brought to you by McAlester Clothing Consignment. They accept consignment 7 days a week and offer a 50-50 split.
At this point, is it planned?
That he loses his helmet after big runs?
Those are designed plays, guys. The big run, the helmet loss, designed plays, okay?
3:45 remaining in the game. McAlester leading by 7. But can we not talk about the truck stick that
both of them
Stone just delivered?
Like you said last year, Brandon, and in the scene setter, Stone Cold Lance Stone is showing up here in the 4th quarter.
And we have an early flag here.
And he threw the flag but never blew a whistle.
Yeah, the play clock wasn't at 0. Play clock wasn't at 0, so it's not a delay of game.
So somebody must have been lined up in the neutral zone then.
Or too many men on the field.
Well, we didn't throw one for that earlier, so I mean, why would we now?
That's for sure. Now Lauerman is coming off the field. Lauerman's coming off the field, and coming in is Ethan Watkins as the wide receiver. So the near official saw something. What? Delay of game against McAlester.
No, that was a personal foul.
This is delay of game.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That was unsportsmanlike conduct on McAlester.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on McAlester.
So did
Thank you.
So did
I saw the
something?
call late.
Someone had to have said something.
It had to be Lauerman if that's anybody, because Lauerman came off the field and had to be substituted with Ethan Watkins. Might be a huge play. That's a 15-yard loss after the first down, so now you're looking at 1st and 25. Ball between the 30 and 31. But the time will keep on ticking here. McAlester wanting to use as much time off the clock as they can, leading by a score. 20-13 is the score. Clark, the running back, left side of Caden Lessnow, 2 receivers to each side. Lessnow snaps it. Fakes the pass and will work it left, trying to get the corner. Does so, and then he'll run out of bounds somewhere between the 25 and the 30.
Quarterback keeper run out of bounds.
But as he runs out of bounds, it also stops the clock.
Where are they going to officially spot it at?
It's hard to tell with the Broken Bow players, right? And
that's 26?
Yeah, 26, so it's going to be a gain of 4. Still second down at about 21. But what Broken Bow cares about right there is the clock has stopped.
Yep. That was a timeout that they did not have to use.
Lessnow, 2nd and 21. Takes a snap. Handoff, Jordan Clark up the middle, tries to keep his footing, and if he does, I think he has the speed to be able to break it for 6. He does get back into the red zone around the 18-yard line. So that's a good gain of about 8 to make this third down a little bit easier, 3rd and 13.
If you watch the way Jordan Clark ran after he lost his footing, he was hunkered over and he tried to lean into the Broken Bow defender, but the Broken Bow defender just had the more inertia and had the more gravity going for him, was able to put him on the ground.
3rd and 13, 2.5 minutes left in the game. Buffaloes lead by 7. 10 seconds on the play clock. Lance Stone back in at quarterback. 2 receivers each side. Clark still the running back, right side of Stone. 3rd and 13, the snap, pass out far side. It's through the hands, and then a late hit, as that was a forward pass.
They never blew it dead until
they are blowing the play dead.
Finally,
Carter Lance was blown up after a drop pass, and it'll bring up 4th and 13. So if they're going to go for a field goal at this point, as it's officially the 19-yard line on the scoreboard, this would be tying Trenton Greer's career high. But if he makes it, he's kicking against the wind, by the way, too. If he makes this, the wind's not hardly blowing all that much, but if he makes this, it puts the Buffaloes up no matter what, 2 scores. And they're still trying to get up to the line. They got 8 seconds to snap it. They got to hurry. 6 seconds. Now they restart the play clock.
Watch for a fire drill.
4th and 13. 36-yard attempt for Trenton Greer from the left hash. Snap is good. Kick is up. It's a line drive. Did it squeak through? It did! Trenton Greer! Ice in his veins, right to the left of the right upright. And the Buffaloes lead 23-13. 2:17 remaining in the game. We'll take a break and recap that drive summary right here on KNED.
Integrity Portable Buildings and Steel Structures is your place to buy your next cabin, barn, shed, studio home, carport, RV cover, garage, playset, and more. They have many different displays on the lot, and you can rent to own and no credit checks. They're locally owned and operated and serve all of Southeast Oklahoma with integrity. Open 6 days a week at 1407 South Georgia 9 Expressway, next to the Stockyards in McAlester. Call them at 918-558-8205.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
Buffaloes lead 23-13. The person that put them up 2 scores is the one placing down the ball in the near hash around the 40-yard line. Phillip, we have a drive summary.
There was a 5-play, 36-yard drive. It took 1 minute, 42 seconds off the clock, capped off with that 36-yard field goal by Trenton Greer. That is your drive summary, brought to you by Bishop's Funeral Service. They're a full-service establishment that offers a wide range of services, and they love these McAlester Buffaloes.
What a clutch kick by the kid. Here's the boot once again, end-over-end pooch kick. This one's not fair caught, and it'll be, or was it fair caught late? 35-yard line. We had a McAlester Buffalo grab the guy who caught the ball, but if it was a fair caught, that is a penalty. Should be a penalty, and you hear Buffalo or Broken Bow's fans say the same.
But did he? But he never.
I didn't see it.
He had to call it really super early. And again, we're looking at the ball flying in the air.
But another thing that you need to keep in mind, though, in high school football, you don't have to call the fair catch. Someone else could just be yelling fair catch on your team, and so without the hand coming in the air to signal the fair catch. That was probably what the issue was. McAlester didn't see the hand.
Yeah, you got to make sure you're paying attention. They have to make a signal, though. You can't just say it.
And they didn't make a signal, so.
Trips right. Ball at the 34-yard line is where Broken Bow's going to start this drive down 10. Clay back to pass. Already in trouble. He's brought down for the sack. Huge sack. Drayton Pouncil once again. And we have a Buffalo that's down. As the sack is around all the way back to the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 13 yards, but we do have a Buffalo that's down. And it is a cramp already because they're starting to stretch out whoever's down. And he's already back up, Jaden Shumway. So does player of the game go to Drayton Pouncil?
I think
Absolutely.
it has to.
My goodness, he has been everywhere. We do have a timeout here. And McAllister's coming off the field as well, it looks like. So we'll take at least a 30-second timeout here on.
Hey there, football fans. Are you ready for the ultimate game day experience? Kennedy Eye Care is your ticket to a crystal clear view of every heart-pounding moment.
At Compass Capital Management, our unique process, the Life Plan Solution, will be the guide to you reaching your retirement goals and realizing your dreams. Go to compasscapitalmgt.com. Registered principal securities offered through Cambridge Investment Research Incorporated, a broker-dealer, member FINRA, SIPC. Jimmy J. Williams is an investment advisor representative of Compass Capital Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Cambridge and Compass Capital Management, LLC are not affiliated. 321 South 3rd, Suite 4, McAlester, Oklahoma, 74501.
So 1:55 and ticking left to go in the game. Here's the snap. Clay will pass out near side, caught by Whitfield. Whitfield trying to get around a block and does to the 30-yard line, down the near sideline to the 37. They get a lot of those yards back after the 14-yard sack by Drayton Pouncil out to the 36, and he does get out of bounds, more importantly for the Savages. Stops the clock at 1:45. McAlester is leading by 10, though, 23-13. Not only does the Savages need to score, they need to be able to get an onside kick and score again. There's no 10-point play in any kind of football. Trips left. Coley on the left side of Clay. Clay gets a snap. Going to keep it himself and run up the middle. He works himself sideways to the 40-yard line, past the 40 to the 42, and he'll bring up third down upcoming. The play marker has it at fourth, but I thought that's...
No. That was third down. So
that was third down. So this is fourth down.
They're changing the dial as they're leaving the previous spot.
Thank you. Ball at the 41-yard line. They got to get out to the 44. So it's 4th and 3 upcoming. Two receivers each side. This is the game. 1:14 left to go. Clay snaps. Gets the ball. He's being chased by Malachi Rice. Rice sacked him. Back to the 33, and he stares down Clay. He'll make his way back to the far sideline, but the Buffaloes have signed, sealed, and delivered a Week 0 victory. And that's about as tough as they come. They can wipe the sweat off their brow, literally and figuratively, here on this warm August night. But with 1:08 remaining and the Buffaloes leading by 10 and the game-sealing sack by Malachi Rice, ladies and gentlemen, Buffalo fans far and wide, grab that brush and paint that win column black and gold. The Buffaloes are going to start this season out in the win column, as currently leading by 10, 23-13, with just 68 seconds left on the clock.
And the stare down by Malachi Rice was just the definite story, was just the poetic storytelling of a hard-fought game, letting Broken Bow know, you had us there for a moment on the ropes, but hey, we're still on top right now.
Broken Bow played a fantastic game against McAlester, especially defensively. But in what has just been a wild night, McAlester will get into the victory formation. Both teams still have a timeout each. Snap, Stone will take the knee. And we'll see if Davis, he's taking off the headset. He's not even going to call the timeout.
We're going to have to snap one more time. We got about we have a 23-second difference between the game and the play clock. And so we're going to snap it one more time.
and then it'll be over. Stone again, standing back at the Broken Bow 41-yard line. There's the snap and the knee. Well, they didn't wait till.
Well, the play clock will reset at 40 ball game.
And that's it. That's ball game. So the time will tick down. McAlester will take the win 23-13, and one of the hardest fought wins you're going to see on the gridiron. So it's 1-0 in the win column. McAlester wins their 4th game in a row against the Broken Bow Savages, and their 5th win in the last 6 games against Broken Bow, and they've made the series now 16-15 in favor of the Savages still. McAlester, next time they play Broken Bow, going to try to go for the series evening game. But right now it is 23-13, the final score. You're listening to McAlester. Oh, don't go anywhere first off, by the way. We do still have a post-game show. Now, if you're watching on the video stream, make sure that you tune to the radio because we're about to, whether it be Classic Radio, 1150 AM, 98.3 FM, the KNED app, or at McAlsterRadio.com on the KNED tab, because all the post-game action will be happening right there. So again, 23-13, McAlester wins here in Broken Bow. The Buffalo post-game show brought to you by OK Tire and Auto is next. This is Buffalo Football on KNED.